Yeah.
In a minute. First, I want to talk to the law.
It would help if I unmuted the mic, wouldn't it? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you to Saracelia for subscribing with a 4-month streak with a joke article about conservative comedy. I actually looked at that prior to starting the stream. It looks funny. I liked the one about all caps. And then further down we have Old Enough to Know More Better. Thank you for subscribing with a 7-month streak. Happy shut the F up Trump Lawyers Day. I'm sure they'll keep trying to file frivolous claims even long past the safe harbor date, even if it doesn't really make sense to do so. Man, my hair is not looking great today. Would it be okay to shill a GoFundMe here for your dog's medical issues? Go for it. Go for it. It'll do. Anyway, let me pull this up so... We hit over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, by the way. So thank you everyone for subscribing over there. Let's see. The Profane Priestess says, apologies for sharing my own thing, but I desperately need you to see this Lifetime thing. Is it the KFC thing?
About the tools of
oh no, this is a completely different thing. No one, absolutely no one. Capitalism. We should make a KFC love story. Yeah, I'm aware of that. But Amber, they say, capitalism ensures resources are invested in the most efficient and desirable way possible. Capitalism, what if Colonel had a romantic drama built around him? Yeah, I saw. It's a stupid ad gimmick, basically. Advertising gimmick. Procession 101 with 100 bits. Hey, Hannah, I've been watching you on YouTube and am happy I'm finally catching you live. I'm glad you're catching me live, too. Welcome to the stream. God, this is my hair is distracting me. I swear to God, I need to shave all my hair off and just start investing in quality wigs. It would be less trouble. Phosphophyllite, thank you for subscribing with a 5-month streak. Says, I came out as trans on Facebook yesterday with an overwhelmingly positive response. Not fully out, but it feels good, man. Hey, good for you. I'm glad it was positive. Meaty52 with 30 bits. Flat Earth, QAnon, Tom Hanks, and ghosts. One of these things is not like the other. You'll see. You'll see. And then Logarth with 20 bits. Donate it to Locks of Love. I would, but I'm not really gonna cut it off. I just wish it would cooperate more, you know? But it is what it is.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Killjoy 102 with 100 bits. Hey, Hannah, did you see Texas is suing blue states because they have more Democrats? Quote, interstate differences in the treatment of voters with more favorable allotted to voters, whether lawful or unlawful, in areas administrated by local government under Democrat control and with populations with higher ratios of Democrat voters than other areas of defendant states. Yeah, it's stupid. It's very, very stupid. Basically, they said, in blue states, it's easier to vote. That's not fair. I swear to God, that's basically what the lawsuit is. It's incredibly stupid. Dr. White 94 with 20 bits. Anybody who deadass says capitalism distributes money most efficiently has never seen an infomercial. Has anyone I mean, I guess of course people unironically say that, but that's a stupid thing to say to anyone who's paying attention. Look at this dog and cat. Thank you for the 100 bits. Sushi Mom's having a fundraiser. So check that out if you can. There's a link in the chat. We're also doing Tinfoil Tuesday bingo, of course, as always. So get your bingo cards ready for that. So let's see what we're going over today, shall we? My throat's kind of scratchy today, so I apologize if I'm drinking more water or coughing more than usual. I also got done recording with Jake earlier, so I'm already kind of talked out, but it's all right. We can do some Tinfoil Tuesday. It won't be an issue.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
Freezer Burn with 100 bits. Hype train time. Let's get that tinfoil armor. We're at 92% of level 1. Let's see. Okay, so we got this person who believes in Pizzagate. claiming that Tom Hanks is a pedophile. You heard that here, folks.
There's nothing funny about the
QAnon
tools of
people think
capitalism.
Tom Hanks is a pedophile. So we'll talk about that. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. I need to mark off Flat Earth, so can we start with Nathan Thompson? We can't start with him, but we will get to him. And then that's just a fact check on that we're going to take a look at. This is something someone sent me earlier today, which is interesting. This is a music video,
The price of the goods you buy is now on.
There's nothing
which is
funny
about
the tools of capitalism.
barcodes and how they're secretly the mark of the beast. So we'll check that out. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. Appreciate
There's
it.
nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
So we'll take a look at that. That video comes from a cult. It was a cult that ended up, I think, breaking up later, but that's interesting. We got a ghost video. We'll watch some more ghost sightings and make fun of them. We have this individual named David Weiss, who is a flat earther, and also this is a video of him getting arrested at a Costco, or at least escorted out by the police. We have an older video from Nathan Thompson talking about why he thinks gravity is fake. We've been doing a lot of Nathan Thompson drama lately, because he's a interesting person who tends to get himself into trouble, like with the pranksters that we've been talking about. But I wanted to get back to his roots, right? Nathan actually just sitting down and talking nonsense about Flat Earth. So we're going to address his claims in that video. Tiger White 94, 20 bits. Wait, so the barcode on the back of my Black Lagoon manga is the mark of Satan? Cool. A cleanse for after the ghosts. Okay.
Ray.
I can't just play someone singing Ghostbusters. That would be DMCA-able. Dracon with 100 bits. Out of all the stores to get arrested in, which one is the worst? Ooh.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Stores to get arrested in, which one is the worst? I'm gonna say a Walmart, just because the bar is already really low at Walmart. So if you're getting arrested at Walmart, I think you really fucked up.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Pseudosapien, thank you for hosting. What else do we have? Let's see. Nathan. We have this guy who's another flat earther. We've covered him quite a while ago. It's been a while. He's been ban evading. He's been banned from YouTube multiple times, but he keeps making new channels. So we'll check that out. And then we have Jillian explaining why the title of the video is McDonald's is just food if the body has the ability to capitalize on energy.
There's nothing
Feels
funny
like
about
that's
the
not a
tools of
complete thought,
capitalism.
but we have Jillian talking about why McDonald's is actually very healthy and exercise is bad. So we'll take a look at that later. Logarth with 20 bits. Mr. S. Leather is either really good or really bad place to get arrested. And then Towing 24 with 20 bits. How much do I have to donate for Hannah to do the women on the right haircut? Let me take a look. Oh, God, no. I would never do that haircut. You could give me $1 million and I wouldn't do that. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting a sub. MMO Addicted with 30 bits. The more I learn about Tucker White, the higher my opinion of them. Just wanted to say that. Sorry, I've been absent recently. Bad mental health time. I'm just jumping into chat for a second. Now I'm back out of it. Sorry, folks. Well, thanks for dropping by, MMO Addicted. I hope you're feeling better soon. I know how that is, so... Tucker White 94, 20 bits. That title from Jillian's video is Total Word Salad. Yeah, I'd still wait to count it until we actually get to the video, though. Chesabel with 100 bits. Thank you very much. What is Planet X Nibiru? Planet X is a conspiratorial belief. It doesn't come up very often. That there is either a 10th planet in the solar system, or that there is a planet on the other side of the galaxy that is called those things, that is does something. It's a whole bullshit thing. I don't know. Apollo 8192 would like to get bingo sub? Sure. Cross you off and get it for you.
There's nothing funny about
Apollo,
the tools of capitalism.
hold on. Where did Apollo go in the chat? There we go. Gift
There's
sub.
nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Proceed. Complete. That should be going through. There you go, Paulo. There is your bingo
There's
gift
nothing
sub.
funny about the
For those who
tools of
don't know,
capitalism.
during Tinfoil Tuesday, we do a conspiracy bingo. And whoever wins, the first winner each week gets a gifted sub. But I can only give subs if they don't currently have one.
There's
so.
nothing funny about the tools of
Old enough to know
capitalism.
more better. Thank you for gifting 3 subs. There's me. And then Dracon, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Ooh,
There's
lots
nothing
of
funny
subs
about the
today.
tools of capitalism.
Beautiful. We're killing this hype train, folks. Thanks for all the support, as always. It helps keep the channel going. You have no idea how much I appreciate it.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
34% of the level 5 hype train. Okay, I'm gonna try and start getting some of this stuff on.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Cold
of
Stare,
capitalism.
thank you for gifting a sub. Dracon with 20 bits. There are never enough subs in the world. True.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Chesabel with 100 bits. Train. Thanks for the bits. God. Ugh.
There's nothing
My
funny
hair's
about the
starting
tools of
to
capitalism.
not retain curlage. I'll have to fix it later after I get out of the shower. I think I already
There's
said,
nothing
but if
funny
not,
about
Cold
the
Steer,
tools
thank you
of
for gifting a
capitalism.
sub. Mitchell Drummer with 20 bits. My Reese's Puffs are poured, and I am ready to debunk QAnon. Let's go. Killjoy102 with 100 bits. Question. You are 6 years younger than Jake. How did you meet? And what's that's a
nothing
big
funny
gap in
about
your
the
teenage
tools of
years. I'll answer that in a
capitalism.
second. MMO addicted with 20 bits. Also getting a pizza stone delivered tomorrow, so expect more food porn from me. Ooh, pizza. Everyone loves pizza. Jake and I met. We had both worked at a
There's
restaurant
nothing
at the
funny
same
about the
time
tools of
together
capitalism.
for a decent number of years, and then we actually left that restaurant to go work at another restaurant quite soon after that. Not quite soon after that, but for a while. And then from there, eventually we did the YouTube thing, and
nothing funny about the tools
both
of
quit.
capitalism.
And we haven't had real jobs since then. Instead, we've been doing online entertainment, edutainment, whatever you want to call it. It's been great. Ashy Booth
There's nothing
74,
funny
thank you for
about the
gifting a
tools
sub.
of capitalism.
Logarth with 100 bits. Hannah, you keep a lot of us going too. Your show has been a great at ameliorating my grief from the recent loss of my friend. I'm sorry for your loss. I really am. That's sad.
There's nothing funny about the tools
But
of
I'm
capitalism.
glad, you know, me and the community here have been able to, you know, help support you in some way. So let's get... I love the tinfoil glasses. Honestly, the smart
There's
thing
nothing
to
funny
do,
about the
I
tools
think,
of capitalism.
would probably be to just get tin stuff and cover it in tinfoil. I gotta start doing that. Oh, the tinfoil glasses are all the way down there. Hold on, I gotta go get these.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Oof. I missed some stuff. Oh, wow. Okay.
There's nothing funny
Holy
about
crap.
the tools of capitalism.
Meaty52, put on the tinfoil suit. Mitchell Drummer with 20 bits. Anathema. Patty Bell with 1,000 bits. Hype. Also love you, Hannah, in the community. Thank you
That's
so
right,
much.
capitalistic propaganda.
I really appreciate that. All the bits, guys. Wow. We got the level 5 hype train again. Absolutely crazy. We've been killing it with the hype trains
There's
recently.
nothing funny about the tools
I,
of capitalism.
you really, guys, it's gonna sound broken recordy, but like, you have no idea how much I appreciate all the support that you guys have given to the channel. Because I
There's
couldn't
nothing
do it
funny
without
about the
you
tools of
guys. I really
capitalism.
couldn't. So thanks. Wicked Ways with 20 bits had to go back to work. Yeah, that's no fun.
There's nothing funny about the
Um,
tools of capitalism.
yeah. It's because you love me so much. Well, thank you. I love all of you too. God, I look great. How's that? Okay. Get some other stuff. Ultimate power! Big Booty Goth Queer says 77 subs in 8 days and more in bits and stuff. Hell yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Thank you all so much for the hype train. We are now prepared for the actual stuff. Coolio. I think I caught up with everything. Let me know if I missed anyone's bits or anything. Meaty52 with 20 bits. Yeah, you really need to just super glue it to cardboard or something, right? I should just get a pair of glasses and put tinfoil on them. And other stuff. Tiger White 94 with 20 bits. What everyone doesn't know is that Hannah is just pretending to be a borderline socialist leftist. In reality, she's actually a hardcore Christian fundamentalist. What a grift. That'd be a good grift. Stone Corbell with 20 bits. Had to tab out for a while, so all I had was the audio. So it was just total silence with faintly rustling tinfoil noises. Tinfoil ASMR. Wicked Ways with 20 bits. So on the road next to my job, there was a guy screaming about Trump being called by God through a megaphone. Yikes. You ever hear the saying about the lunatics running the asylum? It's what I feel like lately. But whatevs. We turn this music off. Alright, what should we start with? Good question. I want to start... Hear ye, the tinfoil court is in session, okay? Now I know my conspiracy theories. So on a scale of 1 to Hans Wormhat thinking animals aren't real, where does QAnon range? It's pretty close up there. It's like a 9 out of 10 if I had to say, okay? But even within QAnon, there are some stuff that's even crazier. For instance, the claim that Tom Hanks is... some sort of, how do I put this? Let me read these first and then I'll put it. Wicked Ways with 20 bits, small town in Alabama. Yeah, that'll do it. Mental Drummer with 100 bits. Hannah, can we please look at Mattress Firm Conspiracy someday? It's actually funny. Let me take a look. The Great Mattress. Oh, I'm aware of this. Yeah, we can talk about it sometime. Okay, so there's some people in QAnon. For those who don't know, QAnon is the ridiculous conspiratorial belief that every rich person, basically, all Democrats in power, and all celebrities are secretly pedophile vampires, basically, that take part in Satanist rituals to abuse children sexually and otherwise, and then to open their brains up and steal a chemical called adrenochrome. They believe that this adrenochrome will somehow give them, like, eternal youth or some bullshit. Makes them, some people just think it's like a recreational drug, whatever. Either way, of course, this is all ridiculous. Not the least of which being you can synthesize adrenochrome very easily in the lab. It would make no sense to actually kidnap and traffic children to get it. Not to mention, you're basically accusing tens of thousands of people of pedophilia, which is a pretty severe accusation to lay against someone with absolutely zero evidence. So anyway, one of the people that they think is a poster boy for this, and I don't know why, I've seen this as a running theme, Tom Hanks. And I want to give you a reason why I think they use Tom Hanks for this. We'll get to the video here in a second. I just wanted to, you know, lay the bedrock here. Dracon with 20 bits, but natural is always better than store-bought. Oh, God, of course. Anyway, so Tom Hanks is a likable guy, right? He's one of the more, if you had to pick a celebrity who's like, oh, who seems like a likable celebrity? Tom Hanks makes sense. So I think they specifically target Tom Hanks because he is likable, and they think, oh, it's the person you least suspect, you know what I mean? It's that sort of idea. Anyway, let's watch this guy try and grasp at straws to why he thinks Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Tucker White 94, 20 bits, but Hannah, fresh adrenochrome tastes best when it comes from the source. I guess so. And then Lily loves stuff with 20 bits, so I have mentioned my crazy former coworker before, and he was going on about how Democrats were all child traffickers who would torture so that they could get gin, and with a gin could get more power. And this was like back in 2012, 2014. I guess he was cutting edge. Wow, I haven't heard the genie thing. That's pretty impressive.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my Patreon page, guys. It is I am Movie 5713 back with another episode, and today is a video that I'm gonna make that's long overdue. All right, I should have talked about this probably like 3 weeks ago. All right, probably in the mix of when my channel was getting shut down and I had to, go to other platforms. I mean, this topic came up in a bad time, but it's something that I must talk about because it's very, very sketchy once again. And it has to do with Tom Hanks, all right? I mean, supposedly Tom Hanks had the best reputation in Hollywood, and it came crashing down because a lot of weird stuff came out, and a lot of inconsistency, especially with him during his Instagram posting a bunch of weird posts.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay, so he's claiming that Tom Hanks had a good reputation, which he does. He has a good reputation, generally speaking, relative to other celebrities or other actors. Sure, people think Tom Hanks seems like an affable, nice gentleman. Sure. The idea that his reputation has somehow been destroyed in the mainstream, though, is completely ridiculous, and it depends on the idea that, like, a majority or even a good portion of people buy into QAnon, which they don't. It's a fringe conspiracy theory. Don't get me wrong. Too many people believe that shit, but it's not the case, right? That most people do. It sucks that it's even a thing people who are way too credulous believe, but it is not a mainstream belief. Tucker White 94, so where do QAnoners stand on Bernie Sanders and Augustus King, who aren't Democrats? I actually don't know. That's a good question. I'll keep an eye out, and I'll let you know if I find out as I look into this stuff.
Especially in one of the posts, it had a cryptic message, SRC USA, and when people looked that up on a different server website, it popped up a whole pedal ring that was exposed by Mouthy Buddha.
None of this is true, obviously. Tom Hanks on his Instagram and stuff takes kind of weird pictures. Seems like the kind of person who maybe like that picture sees a glove, sitting on the side of the road or whatever, and thinks, ooh, beauty in the banal, that sort of deal. So a bunch of QAnoners see stuff like this and don't understand that sometimes people just take pictures of strange things and decided that it is somehow a code for a pedophile ring. It's not. It's just a picture of a glove. Tucker White 94, 20 bits, and now a QAnon F is a member of the House. Yeah, they are. It's a shame.
On a different server website, it popped up a whole pedal ring that was exposed by Mouthy Buddha. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. He's on BitChute now because YouTube deleted his channel.
It's weird how when you lay unevidenced accusations of child abuse at the feet of other people on YouTube, they don't want you on the platform because you become a liability. Do you understand that, slander is a thing, and if you're going around accusing other people of heinous crimes, that's slander. That's slander, even for a public figure, by the way, which the bar for something like slander or libel, if you're a public figure, is quite high, relatively speaking. But, if you're going around accusing people of being pedos, that reaches the bar. You can't just go around and accuse people of stuff like that without any evidence.
Exposes everything, the weird things that happened with Tom Hanks and the whole pedal ring. I mean, this whole pedal ring investigation started because of Tom Hanks, and
he hasn't specifically mentioned Satanism, ritual child abuse yet, so we'll see if he says it.
Him posting this encrypted message, to all these other pedo homies. But
it's not a message. It's a picture of a glove. What?
At the same time where this big story was coming.
Logarth, 20 bits. That's a dig safe markout. I do these all the time. It's info for the companies doing the markout for utilities. Yeah, I assumed it was something like that. Noodles Lolcat with 20 bits. Hannah, save me, I'm scared. And then it's a link.
Just that. And as long as we choose to believe in this limited reality, we will continue to perpetuate its existence.
Yeah, this is Spirit Science, Conspiracy Theory of Everything. It's their new series where they're doing conspiracy theories. I think we watched part of that in the last Tinfoil Tuesday. It wasn't that interesting, but we'll get to some of the other episodes sometime.
Now with, a big pedal ring being shut down.
I would say that spurious symbology is evidence if you have that on the bingo card, though. Him saying, the picture from Tom Hanks is somehow indicative of a pedophile ring. Yeah, that spurious symbology is evidence if you have it.
He decided to move to Greece. He decided to become a citizen of Greece. And when people found out that Greece has a very lenient laws against pedophiles, they just
That's also not true.
more eyebrows just arose and more.
Let me show you. This is actually the article that he's talking about, and it's funny that he actually looks at this article that's a fact check on the thing he's saying, but apparently he only read this part that he showed and he didn't actually go down and read it, because when you do, you find out, first of all, Tom Hanks did become an honorary citizen of Greece because he and his wife have property there. They've done, I think, some work there in terms of like helping people out. They travel there a lot because they have a home there, and they were granted honorary citizenship of Greece. This was in maybe 2018. I'm not sure. Either way, the claim from the QAnon people is that pedophilia is listed as a disability in Greece. It's not. It's not at the moment. It was actually a, it came up that they were going to talk about certain things like, here are examples, pedophilia, pyromania, voyeurism, stuff like that, were potentially going to be added to their list of, like, disabilities for, I don't know, governmental purposes or whatever. But it ended up not happening because it kicked up a lot of people going like, hey, no, we can't allow these things on the list of things we consider disabled. So it didn't even happen. But QAnon people, facts never get in the way of a good time for them, so they've ran with this lie anyway. It's completely untrue. Harry K5 with 20 bets. Hi, Hannah. Child abuse in Hollywood is real. However, accusing random celebrities of being pedos because you hate them for their politics or whatever have you is stupid. Speaking of tinfoil, did you see the story that popped up? Yeah, I think everyone recognizes that there is a problem with, like, abusing children, not only in Hollywood, but in a lot of, like, we see the same thing in the Catholic Church, right? Anytime you have a situation with really, really disparate power dynamics, where you have someone like a priest or someone like an agent or someone, you know, like a producer involved, yeah, that stuff's going to run rampant. But accusing specific individuals without evidence is not the way to do it. It's counterproductive. Tucker White 94 20 bet seriously, what this guy is doing makes as much sense as me saying this picture is symbolic of a pedo cabal. And then it's just a picture of an airplane. What was this? Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. Oh god. A galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. Oh god. We should maybe read this a little later.
Questions started piling up, especially with him not giving a response or asking why is this on your Instagram or any response of why he had this link or this encrypted message on his Instagram. And he also has other creepy photos of, like, he just takes random pictures of shoes on the side of the road, like little girl shoes on the side of the road, and it kind of looked like people being abducted. And
what? Why do you think it looks like people being abducted? It's a shoe. Do you think when someone gets kidnapped, their shoes come off? That's not how that works.
Just little trails left behind. I mean, at this point, it seemed like Tom Hanks went into hiding, all right? But he was in Australia filming a new movie. Nobody really knew what the movie was, which we're going to talk about today because that's the trailer that we're going to react to. But anyway, today's episode is this new movie that's coming out that it raises eyebrows once again. I mean, I was more than surprised when I found out that this new movie that this Tom Hanks is starring in has to do with child trafficking, and it's basically him and a little girl that lost her family, and she's being trafficked, and a lot of people want to buy her or something like that. But
let me take a look. I have a feeling that that's a stretch, but I should check anyway. Tom Hanks upcoming movies. Oops. Let me see what Tom Hanks' upcoming movies are. I know what it looks like, but I don't know the title of the movie because I did look ahead a little bit. News of the World, I think, is what this one's called. Let's take a look. 5 years after the end of the Civil War, Captain Jeffrey Kyle Kidd crosses paths with a 10-year-old girl taken by the Kiowa people, forced to return her return to her aunt and uncle. Kid agrees to escort the child across the harsh and unforgiving plains of Texas. However, the long journey soon turns into a fight for survival as the traveling companions encounter danger at every turn, both human and natural. Let me see. A widowed Civil War veteran agrees to deliver a girl taken by Kiowa people years ago to her aunt and uncle against her will. They travel hundreds of miles and face grave... Okay, so I don't see anything about child trafficking. I see that she was, like, taken by some indigenous tribe or something, and then he's transporting her to her family. That's not about child trafficking in the way that you're talking about. Tucker White 94 20 bits. So when do we get Carly Rae Jepsen's I Really Like You video as evidence of satanic pedophiles?
Somehow Tom Hanks gets a hold of her first and say, "No, this is my girl. I'm taking her home." I don't know. It gets weird.
That's a very strange misunderstanding of the plot of the film. Weird.
So basically, they're trying to make him the hero now of saving the kids. You know, because there's this whole movement of saving our children, guys, and somehow they want to paint Tom Hanks as the hero of saying that he is, he would never do this. And
do you understand how movies work? Do you understand that people understand that actors in movies aren't the characters that they are in movies? So even if what you were saying was true, it wouldn't make sense as a claim because you're claiming they're making a movie to make Tom Hanks look good when everyone understands that Tom Hanks is an actor and is not actually the characters he portrays in his movies. Like, I'm aware Tom Hanks isn't the kid from Big, right? Like, I know how movies work.
he's actually a hero of child trafficking, sex trafficking. I mean, literally, guys, this is what the movie's about. It's about him saving a little girl from child trafficking, supposedly. Is it just coincidence, or are they just cleaning up his image once again? I mean, at this point, they just seem that they're trying to protect him at all costs. At all costs, he needs to make a movie about him being a hero about this type of stuff.
Yikes. Tucker White 94 20 bits. Wait, you're telling me Tom Hanks isn't actually Jim Lovell? I'm sorry to break it to you. Dudes spanking dudes with a bit, or with some bits. Galactic Federation trended on Twitter like yesterday. Here's something you can cover next week. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay. Thanks.
But it's my opinion, guys. Let's watch the video, the trailer together. I might pause it in some scenes, guys.
Tom, you lie. Forrest Gump is a true story. That's true. They did get presidents in that movie. How could they have done that if it wasn't true? JFK was in that movie, goddammit. Would he lie to me?
That's because I know I'll probably get copyrighted. They will probably try to take the video down, but we're just gonna go.
Toy Story is definitely true.
Through
Okay,
this,
that's
this
the truest
trailer
movie.
with Tom Hanks. And I don't even know the name of it, guys. Hold on, let me see the name of it. Put myself in the corner real
There's
quick.
nothing funny about the tools.
It's called News of the World.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, and I'm here tonight to read the news from across this great world of ours.
Yeah.
So they pay you to tell stories. I ain't never heard of that as a thing a man can do.
Well, it's not a rich man's occupation, as you can see.
Universal.
Hey! Stop! Stop! I'm not gonna hurt you! Do you understand English?
Dog, jeg kan godt,
Friend. It says your name is Johanna Leonberger. Indians took you when they attacked your family 6 years prior. The mother, father, and sister were... well, they passed.
Okay, so it looks like a pretty general movie about Tom Hanks being some Western guy, finding a young white girl, and then taking her across the country to her family or something. It doesn't seem like something I'm interested in, but, like, fine. It's just your typical movie. Wing the Ultimate Dog with 20 bits. Aliens would be socialist, right? There's no way they aren't. How would space capitalism not just die so fast? Oh, God. Don't play The Outer Worlds, I guess, if you don't want to hear about space capitalism.
Okay.
She's got family down in Castroville.
Captain, why are you doing this?
She needs to laugh and dream. She needs new memories.
Once again, he's a captain for some reason.
Road's closed.
Is that the law?
It is now.
Oh.
Captain, you, Johanna.
This looks, honestly, like drenched in cliche to the extent that I wouldn't enjoy it. But whatever. Logarth, the 20-bit space capitalism would never work. I've played Eve for like 10 years and I disagree. Jezebel with 20 bits. There's actually a story of a girl who was taken by a tribe and raised by them, and when she was returned to white society, she was miserable. I'd imagine so. She was there their whole life. How would she, you know, adapt? Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits. How was this produced? Did no one see how racist this is and technically gaslighting? Yeah, this feels like a movie that, I don't know, not that it would have been okay, but it feels like a movie that, like, would have come out in the 90s. Kind of like when, like, Dances with Wolves and stuff was happening. It doesn't feel like a movie from 2020 or 2021.
Why do they keep having different movies with him being captain? Yeah.
Oscar bait? There's no way someone makes this movie in 2020 and thinks it's Oscar bait. This looks terrible. Like, it doesn't even look Oscar bait worthy.
A clue as to the care of a child.
If this is Oscar bait, then it's Oscar bait created by an executive who hasn't thought about what is Oscar bait material since the 90s. Genuinely.
It's a photograph. That's my wife.
Oh, it's such a...
Because, like, Oscar bait movies nowadays aren't like this, right? In the 90s, this might be Oscar bait. Oh, it's the West, and we have Tom Hanks, and he's gonna save this blonde-haired white girl from you know, these indigenous people or whatever. If you want to do an Oscar bait movie today, you do something like Moonlight, right? I'm not saying that's strictly Oscar bait. That's a good movie. I'm just saying, like, you do something that's tackling some, like, diversity issue, like, and those things are good. It's good to do diversity issues in movies, but, like, I'm talking, you could do a bad Oscar bait movie off that same premise. Tucker White 94 or 20 bits, maybe it's Razzie bait.
You can certainly handle a horse. There's a horse.
Horse.
This fucking trailer is weird.
You can certainly handle a horse. There's a horse.
Horse. Captain.
Captain.
Captain. Horse.
Make no mistake. Captain.
Word is she's that captive out of Wichita Falls.
What do you want?
How much you want for her?
This child is not for sale.
Oh, no!
Such a brave man. This child is not for sale. Bro, the hypocrisy in Hollywood, bro. They're really trying to white knight Tom Hanks with this movie, bro. Especially...
Again, Tom Hanks is not the characters he plays. Tom Hanks was not stranded on an island for years. Tom Hanks did not live in an airport. Tom Hanks didn't run across the country. Tom Hanks didn't knock Buzz Lightyear out of a window. Those are characters he plays. What are you talking about?
After all the shit's coming out, after him moving to Greece, after all the weird stuff that's been happening, especially, it's just very, very suspect, guys. You know? They try to save his career, basically.
Paul Greengrass. That sounds familiar. Paul Greengrass. What has Paul Greengrass done? Hold on. IMDb. United 93. The Bourne Ultimatum. Jason Bourne. The Bourne Supremacy. Okay. That's where I've heard the name, I think, from the Bourne movies.
Maybe? I don't know.
Word is she's that captive out of Wichita Falls.
What do you want?
How much you want for her?
This child is not for sale.
Oh, the hero, Tom Hanks.
So she thinks she's an Indian now.
She's something in between. Ladies and gentlemen, these are stories of men and women very much like you, waiting for better days to come.
You can't have her! And I'm taking her home!
Yeah. Yeah, that movie's not doing it for me, like, even a little bit. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Tom, you were in Apollo 13. What are you doing in this film? Yeah, I liked the... I think he's... What's the last few Tom Hanks movies that have actually come out? I just gotta take a look. I liked A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I thought it was a good... He evoked Fred Rogers. It wasn't like a perfect, you know, impression, but I got the feeling. That's fine. He did okay as Mr. Rogers. I'm not familiar with Greyhound. Like, what's his most recent movie that I liked? Probably the Mr. Rogers one. I don't know.
You can't have her. She's coming home with me.
There's nothing funny about the
Towing
tools of
24
capitalism.
Greyhound was dope AF if you're a World War II naval nerd. I'm definitely not that. I'm not a big fan of war movies. I just don't find it interesting.
He was trying to take it to somebody, some of her families.
At least historical war movies, I should say.
She's got family down in Castroville.
Captain, why are you doing this?
I'm taking her home! Now he's talking about he's gonna take her home. What the fuck? Didn't the whole fucking thing change? I thought he was gonna take her to some family somewhere else.
Yeah, her home, you idiot. When he says I'm taking her home, he doesn't mean his home. God, these people.
Nah, she's coming home with me.
You can't have her! And I'm taking her home!
News of the world. Tom Hanks. She's coming home with me. Coming to theaters.
Anything but inspect this temple of
If anybody's
capitalism.
gonna have her, it's gonna be...
Hey! Thanks for the raid, Jeff. Hey, guys, go and check out Jeff Holiday over at Real Jeff Holiday here on Twitch. Yesterday, Jeff was doing
There's
some
nothing funny
lovely
about the tools of capitalism.
recorder music. Seriously though, go check Jeff out. Does some fun stuff over there. Jim seems ambivalent with 100 bits. I've got my two faves, Jeff Holiday and Hannah, streaming at the same time. Oh, that's nice. So Raiders, what we've been doing is we're doing Tinfoil Tuesday. I look at weird conspiracy theories. Right now we're checking out someone who
nothing funny
thinks
about the
Tom
tools of
Hanks
capitalism.
is a secret Satanist pedophile. It's a bunch of QAnon bullshit, basically.
me. I know y'all probably say, Mo, you're probably overlooking things, bro. But very coincidental. I mean, it's just very weird timing, especially because Google, you know, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube have shut down everybody that's trying to save the kids out here.
No, they've shut down people who are making slanderous accusations of pedophilia from people like you. You can't go around saying things like, oh, Tom Hanks is involved in child trafficking. You can't make that claim without evidence. You're promoting slander, literally. Like, that's something, honestly, you should feel lucky that this stuff is getting taken down by YouTube and not just you're being sued by Tom Hanks or people like him. Like, it is so egregious to go around and be like, well, I saw a post on 4chan. No, you can't do that. Don't do that. Witchy99, thank you for following.
And, you know, it just exposed basically Hollywood is pedophilic.
Have I recorded with Jake today already? Yes, I did. Why do you ask?
Hollywood that is very, very well known in the industry. And,
There's nothing
you know, the
funny
media.
about the tools
Should
of
do some
capitalism.
pee cult stuff. What's the name of the guy that does the pee stuff? I know I have him in my bookmarks, because I've looked at him before. Is it like Jan Shamanic or something? Where is he in my thing? Maybe we'll do pee cult guy.
Try to basically shut everybody down. They deleted my channel. They deleted a bunch of other people's channel, man. And now here comes this movie with Tom Hanks being a hero for this little girl and just white knighting everybody. And it's just very...
Are you mad that a protagonist in a film is being a protagonist in a film? That's kind of a dumb thing to complain about, but alright. And Lid with 20 bits, this always makes me laugh. They say these people do all these terrible things and run the world, and say the media, etc. are covering it up. But when they also say the same people are leaving these massive clues, like the pyramid and the dollar bill, yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Is it coincidence? I don't know, man. I think it's just part of, conditioning and try to make you forget what disgusting person Tom Hanks actually really was.
I'm really trying to grasp what he thinks is happening here, because let's imagine it. For just a second, imagine what he's saying is true. It's not, but let's entertain it for a second, just for a thought experiment. So he thinks that because of the QAnon stuff, which is complete bullshit, but according to him and the QAnon bullshit, is that Hollywood is entirely made up of elite pedophiles. And don't get me wrong, in real life, there are actual, pedophiles and people who take advantage of other people in Hollywood. Look at, what's his name? Why can I not? Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. There's a bunch of producers like that who I'm sure are taking advantage of people all the time, and that's fucked up. But that's not what's being accused by QAnon. QAnon is claiming that the vast majority of people working in Hollywood are involved in child trafficking schemes in order to facilitate satanic rituals to get adrenochrome out of the brains of abused children and to drink it or inject it or however they take it to promote eternal youth. Okay, so that's all bullshit, but let's pretend that's real for a second. So you think Tom Hanks is involved in this? And that he's leaving you a trail of clues on Instagram, which would be stupid in the first place for Tom Cruise to do. But let's imagine he does. And you think, in order to somehow sanitize his image after the air quote revelation that he's involved in this, is to make a Western movie about him saving a little girl? How would that even make sense? Like, imagine I'm a QAnon person, and I'm like, oh, I think Tom Cruise is a pedophile. Or not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, I'm sorry. Not true, but let's imagine I think that. And I'm supposed to think Hollywood's like, oh no, people are onto us. We better make a Western movie with Tom Hanks saving an Aryan girl. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense as a plan. How would that make any sense as a strategy? Tucker White 94, 20 bits, but only did the Democrats. People like Chuck Lorre, Tim Allen, and Michael Bay are squeaky clean because they're Republicans, yeah. It's a completely partisan, conspiracy bullshit thing. It's ridiculous.
I mean, so my thoughts at the end of the day, guys, I think it's just, was made at a certain time when Tom Hanks was pressed about his suspicious behavior, and he got exposed for that whole pedophilia ring, and
No, he didn't. Exposing someone implies that there is evidence to the claim you are making about them. At no point has evidence ever been presented, not only for the QAnon thing in general, but especially when we're talking about stuff like this, specific allegations towards specific individuals.
He tried to just deflect it, and he moved to Greece just in case anything happened, or he was going to get charged with anything because he was scared. And
that wouldn't even make sense. This is how dumb these people are, by the way. They think that moving to Greece, a country that I'm 99% sure has extradition treaties with the US, he thinks that moving to another country, which, by the way, Tom Hanks didn't move to Greece full time. Like I said, he got honorary citizenship because he owns property there, and he's done some charity work in the local area, so they decided to give him, I guess, air quote, honorary citizenship. I'm not even sure what that entails. The fact that the word honorary is before it seems to me that it's not really worth anything other than, they say I'm from Greece, even though you're not. If you commit crimes in the United States, you can be extradited for those crimes, even if you live in Greece. It doesn't even make sense as a strategy if these things were true. These people don't think anything out to any extent because it pokes holes in their worldview immediately once you even think about it for a second. Mitchell Drummer with 20 bits, F. Tim Allen. His show's Last Man Standing is an unashamed right-wing propaganda, no joke. I've never watched it, so. Supreme Court rejected Trump's bid to overturn Pennsylvania's election certification. I'm shocked, I tell you. I'm not shocked. I am happy, though. Oh, boy, I'm sure right-wing everywhere is just loving that. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. I can confirm that Greece has an extradition treaty with the United States. Well, there you go. Look at that extradition treaty. It's almost like everything QAnon people believe is incredibly stupid and easily fact-checked. Funny how that works.
You know, the whole Epstein trial was going on, especially, you know, everybody was informed of all these people and celebrities having intercourse with little kids. A bunch of celebrities were coming out, like Cappy, and exposing these, you know, these celebrities and the producers. But then they slowly started killing off everybody that exposed people. They started shutting down channels exposing the truth.
No, they shut down channels that were making slanderous claims against people. I have to say that every time because it's clear that that's what's happening.
They started blocking everybody from Facebook, Instagram, trying to save our kids. The hashtag Save Our Children has been blocked. I mean, they've been steadily just trying to...
Again, that's a shame too, because the Save Our Children hashtag was an actual hashtag that was used by people who actually combat child trafficking, or at least raise awareness of real-world child trafficking, which is a real-world issue. So they do, like, charity events and stuff, and all that kind of thing. But it got hijacked by QAnoners, so they completely ruined a hashtag that was being used to actually spread awareness and help child trafficking victims. And they ruined it with their conspiracy nonsense, so that's nice. Stupid.
Erase everybody so Hollywood could get back to normal and to appease these pedophilia ass actors. This is just my opinion, guys. Y'all can leave your own in the comments, but this is beyond suspect and it's weird. I mean, I believe it's just, this movie serves one purpose, is just to make Tom Hanks look good.
Movies exist as products to make a profit. They do not exist as vehicles to make people look a certain way, because people understand that an actor is not the character they are playing. Tucker White 94, 20 bets. How much do you want to bet they means triple bracket, they triple bracket? It could be. It certainly could be.
But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about this BS. And do you think I'm tripping? I might be, guys. Let me know in the comments. Yeah. MOE for the 7-3. I'll see you on the next episode.
In my expert tinfoil judge opinion, I hereby decree that High Roots family be trippin'.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Case dismissed. Moving on. Enlid with 20 bits. How much do you want to bet that all these QAnon members have never marched in a Take Back the Night or anti-abuse walks or volunteered at shelters for victims? Yeah, because they don't actually care about actual victims of sexual assault or anything. They care about making themselves feel better by pretending that there's a secret cabal of Satanists out to get, you know, children. It's ridiculous.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Meaty 52 with 20 bits. Yeah, QAnon types and JQ types go hand in hand. They do. It's very similar. Up to and including the fact that the idea that adrenochrome is like, you know, Hollywood elites are sucking things out of kids' brains for their own good. It's basically just a rebranding of blood libel, which is an anti-Semitic conspiracy that goes back centuries. Crusader37 Gamer, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
MMO addicted with 20 bits. I have a message from Q, breaking news, first time speaking in decades. That's a link. Q says, listen here, bucko, you need professional help. Please stop this. It gets better. Q being, I believe, if I remember correctly, your cyberpunk tabletop game character. Amoramiku, thank you for subscribing. Okay, so this is short but fun. This is, I believe, from a cult, right? Let me see if I can find an article on this for context. I guess I should have found it earlier. Actually, guys, I spent like a couple hours prior to this stream trying to catalog some new conspiracy stuff, so I could have done this, but I didn't think about it. Let's see. The Family International is a cult which was founded in Huntington Beach, California, U.S. in 1968. It was originally named Teens for Christ, and it later gained notoriety as the Children of God. It was later renamed and reorganized as the Family of Love, which was eventually shortened to The Family. It's currently named The Family International.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
So, like, how do I put this? They're a cult. They're a cult. I can just say that. Anyway, so they produced a VHS tape back in the day. I think this was in the 80s. Razzle Tazzle 91. Thank you for thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. So they produced a videotape in the 80s, I want to say, and I think it was marketed at Japanese audiences, because some of it was in Japanese, but some of it isn't. So it just depends. I've seen the whole tape, but this is just part of it. We're not going to watch the whole thing, at least not today. But I wanted to show you this, because they believed that the mark of the beast, which is said by people who believe in end times prophecy, end time Christian prophecy, they believe that the mark of the beast will be a mark that the Antichrist will force everyone to have to do commerce. So if you don't have this mark, you won't be able to buy things. Anyway, Christians of all different types through different years and everything have believed that different things are the mark of the beast. One of the things Christians used to believe was the mark of the beast, and I don't mean all Christians, I mean, you know, evangelical end times prophecy Christians. They thought that barcodes were the mark of the beast. You know, barcodes. The little lines that are on every single product you buy that help catalog them in your store's inventory systems. They thought this was the mark of the beast and that it was orchestrated by the Antichrist. It's not. They're just codes to help organize the systems in stores. But this music video is going to teach us why it's actually evil. And we're going to go to hell for using barcodes. Lily loves stuff with 20-bit. Speaking of child sex abuse, are we going on to Children of God? Yeah.
There's nothing funny about the
Razzle Tazzle 91, thank you for gifting us up. And then Tucker White 94, 20 bits. So are barcodes a step up or down from Monster Energy logo? It was certainly before.
Hey guys and gals, get hip with a new craze. Register today for your very own personal 666 barcode implant. No more need to carry cash or credit cards. The price of the goods you buy is now automatically subtracted from your bank account by the computer terminal at the checkout stand.
By the way, there are conspiracy theorists today who still are going on about this Mark of the Beast thing, but now they think it'll be, the common one I hear is that it'll be some chip that you'll, like, put in your hand and use it to pay for things, or something along those lines.
It's fast. It's easy.
After this video, we'll go over bingo stuff. I'm sorry, I know I haven't been on top of it. That XY girl with 20 bits. The mark of the beast is a MAGA cap. Lexa Black with 666 bits. We do not talk cults or mark of the beast. Have some ad bits. Thanks.
Don't go, Kathy, don't go. Don't go, please don't go. Don't go, Kathy, don't go. Don't go, please don't go. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today.
Tucker White 94 says, I hope it's not the career chip from Futurama. They got rid of that after episode 1 anyway.
Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. 'Cause there's a very strange man at the checkout stand, and there's a laser scanner where you put your hand. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today.
This is on Red Letter Media. Yeah, that's where I found out about it.
Oh, Kathy, don't go without a computer ID. There's
on the
nowhere to pay.
I feel like there are better places to put, you know, a barcode if you're using a barcode than your forehead. I just want to point that out.
Go, please don't go. I know there's a sale and a special on rice, and you can buy beans at a giveaway price. But that's just their way to get you down there. What you don't know is that they're everywhere. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today.
not even how you read barcodes. You push the button on the laser thing. You don't do that with the handheld one.
Special program on the TV last night, explaining calmly why these things must be done right. They say their new computer is the way to control, but what they didn't say is that it costs your soul. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Don't go, Kathy, don't go. Without a computer ID, there's no way to pay. Don't go, please don't.
Do they think you have to have a barcode on your person to buy stuff with barcodes? I think it was a slippery slope argument. I think they thought, oh, they're putting it on the products, but next week they're going to be putting it on you. Wing the ultimate nug with 20 bits. Wait, if they don't go to the supermarket, how else are they going to buy food? I'm not exactly clear on that one. You got to go out in the woods and hunt and gather for yourself.
There's a very strange man at the checkout stand, and there's
It is catchy. I'll give him that.
a laser scanner where you put your hand. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today.
I wish Rem Lazar would show up and save Kathy.
Kathy, can't you see what they're trying to do? This isn't just a new craze. They want to make us their slaves. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Don't go.
Oh, this guy's gonna save her.
Kathy, let's leave.
I don't know who this guy
while
is.
there's still time
Different white
to
guy.
get away.
Oh no, the supermarket trench coat man's
Just
gonna
take
get
my
him.
hand. We can make it even if we have to live off the land. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Don't go to the supermarket today. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today.
Oh yeah, see they're going. Their recommendation is that you go and live out in the woods. Beautiful. Yeah, just go and live in the woods. That'll do it. Someone asked, why don't conspiracy theorists make catchy music anymore? Flat Earth rap is a thing. So, I mean, they do. It's just a different genre of music. Meaty 52 with 25 bits, well, I'm convinced. It's an effective song. Maybe we'll watch the, we might watch the whole one at some point. It's a whole, like, hour-long video full of videos like that. They're not all that crazy. Some of them are just, like, anti-abortion or other stuff, but maybe we'll watch it sometime.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Someone asked a question. Oh, I keep trying to cheer, but it keeps messing up. Do you or Jake have any novelty items from the old show? You'd have to be more... What do you mean novelty items? Like, I have... Where is this? Hold on. I have this Harold Penisman Freedom Drugs Tiny Guns squirt gun. Stone Corbell with 20 bits. And then you'll get arrested by whoever owns that land because there's not a single place that isn't owned by someone, right? Do I still have the edgy boy panties? Yeah, they're over there. The Pseudosapien, I'm almost certain that was on a Japanese VHS of culty stuff, but dubbed over in Japanese. That Red Letter Media covered on Best of the Worst once. Yeah, it was. We watched the English version, but I think there was a Japanese version. I need a salty suit. The Kevin Sorbo Hercules figure, Jake has that. It's at his house.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Do I have Y-hole memorabilia? No, we don't. Either way, you know. Oh, this is the Japanese version of something. Oh yeah, a lot of these songs are catchy.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Batty Bell with 100 bits. This just made me remember a book I read as a kid because I liked the story at the time. The Barcode Tattoo by Susan Wen. Please look it up. Okay. Shadow Witch with 30 bits. Yeah, like props or old merchandise. If you do, you should auction it off. Oh, no one wants that shit. MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Hannah showing Baja around the first time, and this is my workplace is marked by the panties. The boy panties. This one's called SOS. Low-key 120, thanks for following. Someone should sample this. I don't know what you can use it for, but definitely someone sample this shit, okay? Specifically the part where it's like diggity da da diggity. Someone sample that. Don't know what the fuck's happening, but you love it. MMO Addicted, is it racist to say this sounds like a cheery high school anime opening? I don't know anything about anime. I don't have subtitles. It doesn't have subtitles. Sorry. Oh, they actually changed the music a little bit for the English version. The da-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee part is doing Morse code. Reach out to you by the impulse of love. A computer ran to you. SOS, my signal of distress. SOS, it's time that we confess. L-O-V-E, love, can't live without you. Okay, that's enough of this stuff. I just wanted to show you guys that. It's kind of silly. I think the cult was involved in some maybe, you know, not so savory stuff involving kids, if you know what I mean. But anyway. Let's, did we have a, oh, we have some Jan Shamanic. That's Tom Hanks. This is a thing for another time that I gotta search. That's that. Okay, we can do some ghosts. So, you all know how I feel about ghosts. I don't believe ghosts are real. I find the concept of ghosts silly. Let's look at some ghost sightings.
In the supernatural world, shadow people are considered to be ghosts, creatures, or entities that appear in the form of shadows.
Cool. Tiger White 94, 20 bits. I think you should have saved that for the end of the show. Now it's only downhill from here. That's always the case. I'm not good at pacing things out.
Sometimes in a human-like form. By far the most bizarre and scary aspect of the phenomenon is that people have claimed to witness these shadow people for hundreds of years.
People claim to see witches for hundreds of years, too. It doesn't mean witches are real, and I don't mean like Wiccans. I mean like, you know, oh, she came to me in the night and cast spells on me, that kind of witch.
And the reports come from people in every country, with completely different cultures and backgrounds all across the world. In this list, we count down the top 5 shadow people caught on camera. Something's in the basement. For months, a man had been hearing strange noises.
Did I miss some bit messages? Hold on. I don't think I missed them. No, I didn't miss any to my knowledge, but there's new ones now. Shadow ghosts are known for looking for beans at 3 a.m. When else are you gonna eat beans, you know? Ashy Boo 74, 20 bits. Oh my god, my dad watches this channel. He keeps sending me videos from them and I have to debunk them. Well, now I'll do it, I guess. That person's dad. Ghosts aren't real.
Noises coming from his house's basement late at night. He said it sounded like someone repeatedly going up and down his basement steps. His wife dismissed his worries, saying that it was probably just their cat roaming around or the dog making noises from his cage in the kitchen. So one night, the man hears noises from the basement again. But the cats are upstairs, and the family dog can be heard whimpering as if disturbed by the strange sounds.
Anyways, I'm here because I'm videotaping because I keep hearing some crazy from my basement. Like pounding, stuff being moved. You hear it? So anyways, I'm just going, you hear, it sounded like someone walking up down the steps. But anyways, I'm going down, and I've decided to videotape it to have proof for my wife.
Hi, I am making a video that is definitely not fake. I am here, I hear noises. I will go to the basement now. This is for my wife, that's why I'm filming it, in case you had that question.
She doesn't believe me. Alright, here we go. Hello? I know I hear you down here. I know I heard you. Holy! Oh my!
Let's look at that. Yeah, that's a person.
Holy! Oh my! Dude!
Wouldn't you think it's a robber first? Yeah, you would. You would call the police before you'd think it's a fucking ghost.
There's nothing funny about the tools.
If witches aren't real, how do I explain the femboy incubus that comes to you at night? That's a good question. It's like a mix of sleep paralysis and nocturnal emissions. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Thank God he's filming in portrait. We wouldn't want to see anything that's happening. True, it's too spooky. It's too spooky for landscape. MMO Addicted with 20 bets. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They totally aren't stock sound effects I put over the video.
I just saw. Holy man.
Holy shit. Holy shit, man. This is how I sound when someone's in my house.
Holy dude, I swear to gosh.
I swear to gosh. Lily loves stuff with 20 bits. That ghost looks like he wants to sell him a loose cigarette.
In this video, the man claimed that after getting footage of this bizarre shadow person or ghost caught on camera, he was now looking for a new home because he believed that the house was haunted.
I know I heard you. Holy my dude.
Cut to 6 months later, and the man posted an update. True to his word, he had now moved his family to a new house. Unfortunately, he believes that the ghost or entity from his old house followed them to their new home.
Yeah, it's probably his wife who was doing the part of the ghost.
I've been having some really weird happening to me lately. Just in our new house, I moved.
I often walk around the house in complete darkness at 8 p.m.
And tonight, by just stuff is happening. My dog is acting nuts, and well, anyways, battery's low. Of course, I just freaking put this thing on the charger.
I usually decide to film video updates while my phone is low on charge too, so I have a convenient excuse to stop the stream.
Charger, battery's at 15%. But anyways, just having weird stuff happening, dog flipping out, and since we've been moving here, that the whole house kind of just has been getting crazy. I remodeled kitchen,
There's nothing
did everything.
funny about the tools of capitalism.
There's a string on it. The thing.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Dude.
So what do you think?
I think that guy and his kid are probably having a good time making some made-up fake videos for YouTube and tricking people who are very credulous.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Tucker White 94 20 bits. Oh my god, Bad Ben was more convincing than this, right? MMO Addicted with 20 bits. I'm 90% certain that was a stock sound effect and not a phone notification.
Is this evidence of shadow people? Is this a ghost caught on camera? Or just a hoax? Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Honestly, if you are like a skeptic or something and you want to impart that to your kids, it might not be a terrible project. And I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just saying if you're looking for something fun to do with your kid, maybe show them how easy it is to fake something like this, have them play the part of the ghost, and then put it on YouTube and see how many views you get and title it, you know, Ghost Caught on Camera, question mark, question mark, question mark. See that people will believe it and then show the kid and be like, see, like you can make something up and we know how we did it, but they don't, and they only see the final product, and they believe it. And that might be a cool lesson to teach your kid. I don't know.
Shadow person in the underground. Late one night at the Knightsbridge station of the London Underground rail system, a man is filming down the tracks. He catches something scary that is definitely not a train.
Naughty words.
One sec, someone posted an article. Trump fraud witness also believe ghosts are haunting his family. Truck driver Jesse Morgan thrust himself into the middle of the post-2020 election drama on Tuesday when he claimed at a press conference that he had unwittingly driven a truck full of suspicious mail-in ballots from New York to Pennsylvania ahead of Election Day. I know I saw ballots with return addresses filled out, said Morgan, who claims to work for a post-service contractor. Thousands of them, thousands.
There's nothing funny about
You're literally just describing delivering ballots. The appearance at a voter fraud event hosted by the right-wing Thomas More Center turned Morgan into the latest viral star on the Trumpist right. And, soon enough, his claims are being amplified by the president, his legal team, conservative groups unaffiliated with the campaign, and Trump supporters themselves, all of whom have argued that nearly 300,000 bogus mail-in ballots were used in Pennsylvania, Morgan's home state, but to put Joe Biden over the top. Video of Morgan's speech on Twitter has been viewed more than 3 million times, helping along by a Trump tweet, while the president and his campaign have racked up more than 60,000 retweets on their own posts about Morgan. Sean Hannity dutifully put Morgan on his show. Left unsaid in it all is biographical detail that prompts questions about the validity of Morgan's already dubious claims. In addition to witnessing supposed voter fraud, the man believes his family has been stalked cross-country by ghosts. Before he became a hero in MAGA world, Morgan was an amateur ghost hunter. Morgan's first success came with a 2016 video about a shadow person living in his basement from where he claims to hear strange noises. I will not raise... Wait, this isn't the same guy, is it? Is that the guy that's literally in the first video? Hold on. This guy. Oh my god, is it the same guy? Oh no! Oh no! It's the same guy! Tucker White 94 is suddenly in a world where Bando employs everybody isn't as ridiculous as the post-election timeline. And then the Shadow Witch. 1. Why do ghosts never haunt the day? 2. Why are all the videos of ghost quality of crap? And 3. If a person dies naked, why do they not haunt naked? 4. Have these people never heard of how the human brain will fill in gaps even if it's wrong? Yeah, there's a lot of questions with ghost shit. What an asshole.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Oh no. So that guy's an asshole lying about ghosts and election fraud, so that's nice.
Station of the
MMO addicted with 20 bits. We've gone full circle. We've entered tinfoil clad Chudwatch. We are evolving. And then Le Poupon with 20 bits. Amateur ghost hunter. What makes someone a pro? You gotta be Zach Baggins rich in order to be a pro ghost hunter.
London Underground rail system, a man is filming down the tracks. He catches something scary that is definitely not a train.
Naughty words.
A strange figure of what appears to be a shadow person seems
I didn't even notice that.
to jump onto the tracks and disappear into the darkness.
I think that was probably just added in post or something. I have no idea.
Is it a shadow person? Is it a ghost caught on tape? Or is it just a bit of clever editing?
I think it's that one. It's also moving too fast in real speed. Like if you
Is
look.
it a ghost caught on tape? Or is it just a bit of clever editing? Let me know what you think.
There's nothing funny about the
Hiding in the shadows.
With 20 bits, Tucker White says you need a talking dog, a stoner, a geek, a rich chick, a jock, and a van.
A couple are hanging around the house one night when the guy's girlfriend begins to hear strange noises. She grabs her phone and begins to film.
What the hell was that? No, but your fridge is shutting all by itself. No, like it was closing as I came out here.
It was closed. I locked the door, right?
Yeah, you locked the door when we got back from Publix. No, the cabinets, it sounded like a cabinet door slammed, and then I come out and your fridge door is shutting as I'm coming out. You didn't see that? And your dogs are freaking out. I'm really freaked out right now.
It's always funny when they claim the dogs are freaking out in these fake videos. They don't usually show the animals.
That was clearly your kitchen, and then your
because the animals aren't actually freaking out. But if you say it, that means it's true. Tucker White 94, 20 bits, I love this mentality. I heard a strange noise in my house. Better film it.
Door shutting. Look,
I blame the Paranormal Activity movies. They've been a bad influence.
Put it up on the computer and you can look at it. Seriously? No, it's, oh my god, here, it's seriously.
Somebody in there?
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Took you too long to figure out it's a Scooby-Doo reference.
Find one. Find some.
You know what crossover I want? Comic books do a lot of fun crossovers. For instance, one I'm looking forward to is... Comics do a lot of crazy crossover stuff. One that's coming out soon that I'm excited for is Transformers Back to the Future. The IDW comics are doing a crossover between the Transformers and Back to the Future, and the DeLorean is going to be a Transformer named Gigawatt, which I think is very funny. Anyway, they need to do a crossover between Scooby-Doo and the Ghostbusters. I don't know who owns the rights to the Ghostbusters comic and who owns the rights to the Scooby-Doo comic, but they need to do a crossover.
Something.
Did I hear about the casting for Spider-Man 3? Oh no. What? What happened with Spider-Man 3? Don't tell me, I'll look. Oh, there was a rumor about that. Spider-Man 3 will see the return of... Oh no. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, this is from 3 hours ago from the Hollywood... Alfred Molina returning as Dr. Octopus. That's a good call. The Mightiest Quinn, thank you for raiding with a party of 7. Welcome, Raiders. And welcome, the Mightiest Quinn. That's cool, though.
If somebody's in there, they didn't come out.
I don't know what.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Seriously, oh my god.
As the couple flees the apartment, we see one final random pan around the living room. Lurking in the corner of the room, there's something hunched over in the darkness.
They would see that if that were actually in the room and was suspicious.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Seriously, oh my god.
Is it a ghost caught on camera? Is it real-life proof of the existence of shadow people?
No.
Or just a fake? You decide. Moore Park Shadow Person. This next video was filmed in Moore Park, California, all the way back in September 1989. Now keep the age of this video in mind as you watch, because when this video was recorded and shown to the public, home video editing and effects software like Adobe Premiere and After Effects didn't even exist. This is straight up video of a shadow person or black mass caught on a VHS video camera.
When did Video Toaster come out? Hold on. Video, combination of hardware and software for the editing, blah, blah, blah. Amiga 2000 computer, December 1990. When did they say this was? 89? So it would have been before Video Toaster. Video Toaster was an early video editing suite for the computer, if you don't know.
The shape appears in the corner of a bedroom that was believed to be haunted by the owners of the house.
Okay, so it just gets dark in the center.
Strange.
That would be, and again, I'm not Captain Disillusion. Great YouTuber, by the way. who can talk about, like, techniques to do visual effects like that. But that seems like making a dark spot in the middle of your video would be relatively easy compared to a lot of other more complex effects.
Shadow being is even seen reflected in the dresser mirror. Many paranormal experts have dubbed this video, quote, the most...
Check your bits message, sorry. Let me go back. Why is it video of ghosts and aliens are always filmed in the most dimly lit rooms ever? Because if they were well lit, you would see how fake they look.
Convincing paranormal video ever recorded.
Ugh, that doesn't say very good things about paranormal videos, does it?
Of shadow people. So is this scary video of a ghost caught on camera? Is it a shadow person? Or did this man somehow find a way to...
It's not film, it's VHS.
...to pull off an amazing fake ghost video, even without the aid of computer editing software? Let me know what you think down in the comments.
People were doing effects on video for years, though. That's something that happens all throughout the 80s, is they'll do effects via video. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I, like, understand exactly how it works, but, like, the head in Total Recall, when Arnold takes the head off and throws it to someone and they hold it, that's an effect that's done on video, and you can tell because the head looks like worse quality than the rest of the film because the actual head stuff was done via video and the film itself was shot on film, so they transposed video footage onto film. I'm not sure how that works. But, like, video effects are a thing and had been done for a while by the time this came out.
Connect shadow people.
Let me see. Madam, smash your face in with 100 bits. I joined a ghost hunting, this as a teenager, I assume team. I joined a ghost hunting team as a teenager. It was a bunch of adults making each other jump in a dark house. They would never survive in a haunted house like the mortuary. That's the funny thing, too. The people who do the ghost hunting stuff, because nothing ever happens, they have to be like, ooh, and scared of every little noise. But if there were actually ghosts, they'd be too scared, because the little things are scaring them, much less being confronted by a real ghost. Jalen Jean with 20 bits. In 1912, a man made a short film called The Cameraman's Revenge using dead bugs and made them look like they were driving tiny cars and acting. People believed it. Yeah, people do pretty amazing stuff with, you know, visual effects and special effects. La Poupon with 20 bits. You can do Pepper's Ghost practically and film it directly without needing a single editing trick.
This next clip that claims to show a shadow person has become somewhat of a classic on the internet. Twitch streamer Faceless Nights is testing out the Kinect camera on his recently purchased Xbox One. When he switches the camera over to infrared mode, he finds something truly strange in the video.
That's not how infrared works. I can't even imagine making shit like that up as a streamer, being like, oh, I'm gonna fake a ghost sighting to get views. Fuck you. Do something entertaining. Don't make shit up.
After his ghost caught on camera video went viral, Faceless Nights got a lot of angry comments claiming that he had faked the whole thing.
Rightfully so. Fuck him.
YouTube commenters said that the video was obviously fake because the camera angle changes between shots, and his t-shirt also seems to change. So Faceless Nights made another video, this time streaming live on Twitch, demonstrating that he had not edited the Kinect camera shots at all.
Faceless Nights, just a quick video to clear something up. I uploaded a video a while ago showing the different vision modes that the Xbox One Kinect can do. And a lot of people said it was edited because when I switched the vision modes, I changed position and my t-shirt changes to a completely different one. I've explained loads of times that this is exactly what happens with the Xbox One Kinect, and it changes aspect ratio. But I figured I might as well go one better and show you guys live. See, I've got another webcam apart from the Xbox Kinect to show that it's all legit and stuff. You just go down to this. Anyone with a Connect can do this. And I'm still here. I haven't transported to any different alternate universes. Stuff changes position because it changes aspect ratio. See, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I could spend ages editing that, but I'm not. I'm broadcasting this live to show you that, you know, it's the same T-shirt, exactly the same T-shirt. You can even see the.
Okay, that doesn't make the ghost part real. You still edited that in later.
The print there. It's not infrared ink or anything crazy like.
The Shadow Witch with 50 bits. I'm highly offended at the coverage of shadow people and no representative of shadow witches. But yeah, I deserve a ban for that one. Go ahead, Sushi. I don't think you deserve a ban for that. I've told worse jokes than that.
I mean, some people just read too much into stuff, and it's easily provable. Look, it's the Connect.
So, what do you think?
I think he edited in that after the fact so he could get more views on his streams.
Faceless Knights produce evidence of shadow people on his Xbox Connect? Is this a ghost caught on camera? Or just an elaborate fake?
It's the last one. Stupid. I'm so tired of ghosts. Man, I'm smash your face in with 100 bits. If I was a shadow person, I would avoid living people, right? The funny thing is, if ghosts were real and then one showed up in my stream, now it'll look like I'm making it up for the... Like, let's say I really saw a ghost. You would never believe me, so I couldn't ever talk about it. Because it would clearly be a scam. Doom Smoothie with 20 bits. When I die, I better become a vaguely visible shadow person or I'm suing. Shadow person shows up in court. I'm sure that would go well. Okay, let's go over the bingo card and see what we have so far. Okay, let's see. We had spurious symbology as evidence. What else did we have? Oops, didn't mean to move that. That's not how science works. The deep state, forced sterilization. I'll say satanic child abuse because that's what he was talking about with the Tom Hanks thing. Doesn't understand how cameras work? Sure. Anything else that I missed? Q is a source. He didn't actually say Q. So, I don't know. No, okay. You're right. I'll count that. He's doing QAnon stuff, even if he doesn't necessarily say QAnon. If it's QAnon stuff, I'll count it. That's okay. You're right. Deep state, did he ever blame anyone? No, he didn't. Okay, I think that brings us up to date. Okay, I don't know how far we're going to get into this video, just because it's annoying, and I'll probably skip around. Maybe not, though. Who knows? But this is a tracking microchip implants.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Is that on the bingo sheet? I guess we never ever... Yeah, it is. Tracking microchip implants, yeah. We never get that one, so I forgot it existed. From the cult, yeah. That counts. Cool. Let me drink some water. My mouth is getting... I'm sorry, by the way. I know my mouth gets very smacky. Okay. So I don't know how far we're going to get into this video because it's going to be annoying. But this is a... I believe this person is a flat earther, and they are also a COVID denier. And this is them at a Costco refusing to wear a mask, and they get escorted out by police.
So
You have, no, please.
I'm recording this for the record,
That's fine,
just for the record.
please.
That's fine.
Costco is a membership club.
Yeah.
We require all members wear a mask. If you refuse to wear a mask, I can't let you in the building.
But see, that is discrimination. Let's get out of the way of the people.
Well,
Just come over here.
not
Hold on.
discrimination.
It is
It's our
discrimination.
policy, and we're a membership club.
Membership club doesn't make you a private organization. It's
They are a private organization because they're a private organization. Do you think Costco is a government entity? It isn't. It's a private business. They can refuse service to you for any reason outside of things like, oh, I don't know, race or religion or things that are protected classes. And your unwillingness to wear a mask is not a disability, so let's not even go there.
open to the public. It's a place of...
It's the same reason that 7-Eleven can say no shirt, no shoes, no service. Same thing applies. If we're in the middle of a pandemic and the company's policy is, hey, you need to be wearing a mask, much less if your actual city or state has a mandate, of course, then you have to do it. But if you want to be in this store, they're a private entity. If you want to be in that store, you have to follow their rules.
A public accommodation.
Sir, I'm going to ask you really nice to leave.
I know. I'm going to ask you really nice to leave me alone because I'm entitled to non-harassed shopping in a public place.
Okay,
That's not in your Bill of Rights. Where do you think you're getting the right to not be harassed while shopping? I mean, I would agree if you were actually being harassed, that shouldn't happen. But what do you mean? This isn't harassment. This is a store trying to enforce its policies. You're not being harassed. You're being asked to leave. You're loitering at this point. Trespassing would be the better word, I apologize. You're trespassing once the people who are in charge of making determinations like this for the store say you're no longer welcome here. Please leave.
You're in a membership club.
It doesn't matter that it's
not
membership.
a public place. It's a membership club.
It's open to the public. Anybody can join.
If you're a member.
Okay, and they're open to tell people no and turn them away. How do you not understand how this works? That doesn't make it a public place. It's not public. It's still a private organization, and if they choose to kick you out based on their policies, they're within their rights to do that.
If you're a member.
I've joined, sir, and there's nothing in the membership rules.
I'm going to ask you really nicely to leave.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? I'm just going to ask you nicely
and I'm
to
asking
leave.
you really nicely, man to man, leave me alone. Okay?
I refuse.
Okay.
The safety of everybody in this building is my responsibility.
So my healthy person here is going to make you sick.
I'm going to ask
You're
you.
wearing a mask. You should feel safe.
I'm going to ask you.
Rebreathing your own toxins.
Everybody just.
Ashibu7420 bets I'm going to go to Costco naked and get mad when they ask me politely to leave.
Required. There's signs at the front door that says you cannot come in.
The sign at the front door goes against constitutional law.
No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not.
Please, it's all right here. Please, there's no constitutional law that we're breaking because.
Yes, there is. Would you like me to show it to you?
Please
Would
do.
you like me to show it to
If
you?
you put a mask on and come back in, you can show me anything.
No, I'm not putting a mask on because I cannot wear a mask.
Really nicely to leave.
I'll call the police.
You're going to call the police?
Yes.
Call the police.
Because that's what our CEO told us to do. Sir, we asked
it's a membership club. You're just causing a problem. You can't.
I've been shopping here,
sir. You can't
all year long without a mask,
no,
and
not true.
it is true. Go look at. How about this? I'll show you that that's true. You look at my membership, and you'll see that I'm here every other week.
Sir,
and the people, I'm finishing
really,
what I'm
really
saying.
Nicely
I'm asking you really, really nicely to leave me alone.
I refuse. You have to go.
You can't. You have no grounds to do that.
Sir,
He does. I assume he's the manager. He has the right to ask anyone to leave for almost any reason. This reason falls under that purview.
I'm asking you really nicely.
I want to shop like every other shop.
Rebreathing should count as that's not how science works. I don't know.
I'm a mask, and you're more than welcome to shop. I have no problem with that.
I'm not wearing a mask.
So then you're not shopping. So therefore, I will not ring you up.
So people with wheelchairs can't come in here?
You're not in a wheelchair. That's not what this is. You can't just make up completely different scenarios than the one you're currently in. It would be like if I walked into 7-Eleven with no shoes on. And they're like, hey, you need to wear shoes. And I go, oh, do you not let people with wheelchairs in your store? I don't know, are they wearing shoes? That's not what this is about.
Sir, people with wheelchairs.
You don't have a disability. You're just an idiot.
Wear masks. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about is discrimination.
Okay, you could
I'm
say-
talking about constitutional law.
You could tell me anything you want to tell me.
Yeah.
We have signs. Our company does not let people shop without a mask. Neither does the governor of Connecticut.
The governor of
can either
Connecticut can't overrule constitutional laws.
You can follow our policy, or you can't, because you're not going to shop. There's nothing you're going to buy. Do you understand? I will not let it happen.
Well,
So I'm asking
I've been
you
doing
nicely.
it.
Sir, if you've been doing it, then shame on us for not doing our job. But right now,
He steals some shit later, too. I'll explain that when we get to it. AshyBoo74, 20 bits. Why do these people celebrate when Christian bakers don't have to make gay wedding cakes, but get mad when private companies discriminate against them? Oh, I know. Hypocrisy, right? It's because the only constant they have is that they think that things should go their way. That's their consistent viewpoint.
There's nothing funny
you either have to put on a mask or you have to...
Tucker White 94, 20 bits. Come on, Hannah. There's no scientific validity that masks cause you to rebreathe in toxins. That's totally not how science works. Yeah, I know. It just feels like, I don't know. Give me a little bit to think about it.
Leave.
I'm not
gonna
putting on a mask.
Okay, then I'm going to call the police and I'm going to have them escort you off the property.
And on what law are they going to escort me off the property?
The
What law?
Costco is a membership club and we require...
Trespassing. You're considered trespassing at this point. That would be the law.
You to wear a mask.
You can't do that.
When you
That's
say-
against the
okay,
law.
okay.
Are you, wait, all right, let me ask you a question. Do you have a medical license? Because asking me to wear a mask is like a medical intervention.
Sir.
Do you have a medical license?
I am the warehouse manager of this building.
I understand.
You will not be able to
You
shop
are
without a mask.
contributing to the tyranny of this country by trying to enforce this unconstitutional law.
Okay, you could say whatever you want to say about me, okay?
It's tyranny when you ask me to wear a mask to help protect myself and other people. But when the president puts children in cages, that's great.
That's your prerogative.
I don't
But
say
I'm
anything
not
about
letting
you, John.
shop. But I'm not letting you shop, so that's the bottom line.
What are you going to do? Follow me around? You're going to hold my hand?
Well, then if you do not leave, I will block your membership and you won't be able to refund your membership.
Refund
and
my
you won't be a
membership.
member. Come on up front.
Refund when I'm done shopping, I'll be up front.
You're not shopping. You're not listening.
I am shopping. You're not listening.
Okay. That's it.
I got a police department. They're on the way. Please.
Okay.
And then
203 768. 203 768.
Okay, no worries.
Right.
You're not shopping.
You're awfully close to me. Don't you feel a little worried about being this close to me because I'm not wearing a
So
mask?
you're waving the camera in my face, okay?
I'm holding the camera for my own protection.
He's been infinitely patient with this D-bag. I would have canceled his membership and called the cops. I mean, that's what they do. The cops do show up in the video.
Stay away from me?
Really?
Stay away
You're
from me.
walking in my face with the camera?
He doesn't want to listen at all. He doesn't want to listen.
Christian, you know, it's not shopping.
Get out of my way.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Sir, you will not buy anything, so this is just...
Like 10 minutes ago, yeah. He just keeps going. Like, what does he think's gonna happen? Even if the cops didn't show up, which they do, they already told him they're not gonna let him check out. And he knows this, I think, which is why he does some shit up here in a minute that pisses me off.
You're breaking the law.
Come on.
He gets like some coconut water or something and he opens it up and he drinks it, and they're gonna have to throw that away now, obviously. It's ridiculous. Madam, smash your face in the audacity, right?
I'm not following you. I'm going this way.
He's checked out already of reality.
No, you don't get it. You're breaking the law.
That's fine. Then they have to police arrest you when you get it. But in the meanwhile, they're going to escort you out of the building.
Yeah, and you have your way. Contribute to the tyranny of the country.
Tyranny. It's tyranny if I cannot buy my goods in bulk without breathing in other people's faces. What a good ad for Kirkland brand. See this? Okay, here's where he starts being an absolute cunt. He opened a bag of mangoes and starts eating them. So he knows they're not going to let him check out and that he cannot purchase these items. So he starts just eating stuff in the store, knowing they're going to have to throw them away. This is theft. That's theft. He gets one of these things and he opens the box and he starts drinking the stuff out of them.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Opened the coconut water and drank some. The Shadow Witch with 20 bits. I literally won't shop or use your services if you don't enforce mask mandates. I like the stores that take responsibility and enforce policies, right? I agree.
I cannot wear a mask. On their website, it says that if I can't wear a mask, that I'm allowed to shop here. There's no
I think it probably said, because I've seen videos previously from other Costco's and like Sam's Clubs and other, you know, warehouse type stores like this. They basically say, we will accommodate you. And what they mean by that is you can order online and then they will bring groceries out to you. But no, you can't come in the store.
constitutional law.
This is a private business. Let me finish.
Yeah, right. We'll take turns, no problem.
This is a private business.
Mm-hmm.
They have a right to refuse you service.
Actually, Sergeant DeVito, or Officer DeVito, you're incorrect. This is a place of public accommodation by law.
No. Let me finish.
But I'm just saying that you're wrong.
Over me.
Okay.
This is a private business.
I'm guessing the filmer is a white guy based on the amount of talk back to the cop he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a right to refuse you service.
They do not.
And they've asked you to leave.
Tucker White says, how hard is it to wear a mask for 15 to 20 minutes, right? It's easy.
If you don't leave, you're gonna be you're trespassing.
These people are such bitches. Like, seriously. Okay, I'll have you know, for the past couple weeks, I get electrolysis done every week for my facial hair, so that over time, I'll no longer have facial hair. It's part of my transition stuff. So, we have a mask mandate in Michigan right now, the way that it works. So I've been having to wear a mask for my entire hour-long sessions, and they just do, like, my neck and stuff. And that's fine. Is it the most comfortable thing in the world? No, it feels a little humid right here because I'm breathing in my own face, but it's fine. You just deal with it. It's fine. Be an adult person. I can wear one while I'm getting shocked in the face hundreds of times. You can wear one while you shop. Madam, smash your face in with 100 bits. Gross, he is definitely white. And then Dr. Gamble with 20 bits. These maskless folks are doomed when the nuclear winter they keep rattling about comes. True.
You're gonna be subject to, arrest.
Arrest on what charges? Just trespassing? Yeah. So what happens when you find out that this is a place of public accommodation and they can make a law? Hold on, don't.
Jesus Christ. Meaty52 with 20 bits. To be honest, I assumed he was a white guy based on the anti-mask and the general male Karen-ness of the whole thing. Sure.
My turn.
Excuse me.
My turn.
This is not like a give and take. Yeah. I'm in charge here. Okay?
You're in charge.
Yeah. This is a private business. They're asking you to leave.
They're asking me to leave based on discrimination.
Okay. So, not true, but...
Absolutely true.
How's the new numbing cream going? Last time it was amazing. For those who don't know and don't follow me on Twitter, which you should if you don't, I'm at Hannah Reloaded on Twitter, all one word. I previously had been using a certain numbing cream for the electrolysis because it hurts. It hurts quite a bit. I'm a bitch when it comes to pain, though. But I'd been using a cream that, wasn't working at all, and I lost it, and I didn't know it hadn't been working, so I had to go get a new one because I lost it. And the new one I got, oh my god, it's like day and night. It doesn't hurt nearly as much. It's great. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. I can't wait to see how future historians write about this period of American history where anti-mask dumbassery was a thing. I imagine it'll be pretty frustrating. It's frustrating to live through. I imagine it's at least a little frustrating to watch after the fact.
You have your ID on you?
The worst thing is, too, just like we're not very good at learning from history, right? I'm sure if someone read about the anti-mask thing in 100, 200, 500 years, if human beings still exist then, they'd probably be like, wow, people back then are really stupid and not learn the lesson that human beings are just like this sometimes. Like, you need to be able to apply those lessons to yourself, too. KR Goss with 20 bits. My dad has severe COPD due to heart issues with a constant need for oxygen, and he wears a mask, for fuck's sake, right? Right? Baja has asthma, but she wears a mask.
You know, I do, but I'm not. I don't have to show it to you.
Yes, you do.
I actually. Is there a crime? Is there a victim?
Oh no, he's doing sovereign citizen stuff. This guy's everything all in one.
Stop. I need to see your ID. You need to give me your name and date of birth.
I do not have to give you either of those. My name's David.
Okay, what's up?
MMO addicted to 20 bits. I mean, people were the same about the Spanish flu, the Black Plague, and everything, really. It's not a new thing. We just never learn, I guess.
If you don't, I'm going to have to detain you, okay?
You're going to detain me on what charges?
Because you're not giving me... Detain is not under arrest. Okay. You're not giving me your information.
I don't have to give you my information because...
You do. If you're in an investigation with the police, which this is, once the cops got called on this guy for trespassing, it became an investigation. If the cops ask you for your ID, you have to provide it to them. Tucker White 94, it'll be even more interesting considering historians 100 years from now won't know the day-to-day context of the time period like we currently do. I'd imagine, you know, people who study history will be able to sort of parse that, but yeah, generally speaking, people look at blocks of time as like that month, that year, day-to-day, it's a different experience, but...
I have. There's no injured party. When did you go study law at all? Did you learn anything in
the
police academy?
Yeah, a lot more than you.
Yeah, well, you're incorrect. I mean,
Antipodian Squid with 40 bits. An anti-mask troll paid a visit to my stream the other day and was like, quote, "But I'm a heavy breather. It's uncomfortable and hard to breathe. Bitch, I have lung scarring and it's painful, but I still wear a mask. Fuck off," right? That's what it comes down to. They're a bunch of little babies. They're a bunch of fucking children.
I know exactly. I don't believe me. I'm not in the habit of arresting guys that don't need to be getting arrested. I just want you to leave.
But that's discrimination. Can I have your card with your details, please?
Tiger White. Though then again, considering social media and YouTube,
with your
maybe it'll be
information, with
easier
your
to learn
surety
the
number on
day-to-day
it,
context
whatever it's
of the
called.
Civil War period.
I'd like you.
Number G034.
Do you have a card that has your information on it? You're required to carry one.
No, we don't.
You're not required to carry one.
I think you're incorrect on that as well. Okay. So
you're with the Norwalk Police Department.
I need to have your identification.
I'm not
ID.
giving. I'm not giving my identification.
Well, if you don't give it to me, then you know what's going to happen.
What is going to happen? Are you going to arrest me?
Yes.
Oh, on what charges?
Well, now you're going to be interfering because I'm asking you. I'm giving you a legal order.
I'm going to leave.
Well, now we're past that point.
Okay, I'm going to leave.
I need to identify you.
For what purpose?
Because I suspect a crime is being committed.
MMO addicted with 20 bets. Also, fun fact: the Spanish flu originated most probably in the U.S., not Spain. It was the country in the war was one of the. It was called the Spanish flu mostly because Spain has a neutral country in the war, was one of the only ones which published their information and studies openly instead of keeping them a secret. Yeah, I've heard that.
Crime of trespassing.
Well, you're incorrect.
Okay. So we're just going to wait until an officer gets here and figure out what's going on, all right?
Would you like to walk out front?
No, we can stay here. I need your membership.
What I will do is I'll give them my membership card. They can refund my membership in full, and then I'll leave.
I think that's the moment he realized he was actually going to get potentially arrested. So he's trying to backtrack now. Okay, now I'll let them refund me and I'll leave. Too late. Tucker White 94 20 bits. This guy is making me feel bad for the effing cop. No one likes dealing with petulant assholes, right? Yeah.
Or we can wait and you can take it down whatever path you want to take it down.
Yeah, but we offered you that already.
But then so forget it.
Give me your membership card, and I'll refund your membership, and you can leave.
Let's go.
I need the card. No, hold on. We're past that point. Wait till the other officer gets here, and then we'll figure out.
That guy not so subtly rubbernecking the disaster.
I don't appreciate being detained. I'm going to hold you.
Oh, you don't appreciate it.
Personally responsible, and I'll be holding you personally liable for this.
Cool. What are you going to do about it? Tucker White 94 says, "Here's what's happening right now." And there's a link.
I'm going to jail!
You want to walk to the front door and make it easier? You ever think maybe you need a little more oxygen? Should lower that mask so you can think clearer?
Hey, I don't even disagree with you on that.
Okay.
But, it is a private business at the end of the day.
So, do me a favor. After we're done with this interaction, go home and look up. Do a little research and you'll find out that this is a club, but it's a place of public accommodation. There's no difference between this and Whole Foods or any other store other than they have a membership, right? They have to let handicapped people in. They have to let, people that have disabilities in. Okay.
Do you have a disability? No, you don't. You're just not wearing a mask.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little easier if you bring like a medical note next time.
I'm not. So you want me to break HIPAA laws now?
That's a HIPAA law?
Yeah, HIPAA laws are medical
I know
privacy.
HIPAA law is,
Okay.
But medical privacy for your own, you can give that out.
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be breaking HIPAA law if you gave your own medical diagnosis to someone.
Does he think HIPAA says you can't tell other people about your own medical stuff? Oh no.
You have your membership card so I could refund you?
I'll wait until we get up front. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see how this goes. Yikerinos.
It says it right on their website. If you're, it doesn't say, you want to read it?
No.
Because it doesn't matter what they say, what their policy is, or what the law is.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay, either one of those things don't matter to you.
Tucker White says, so we combined Tinfoil Tuesday with Chud Watch
You can put
Monday
any
and
sign you want
Sovereign
on there. You
Citizen
can say
Sunday.
it's
What a time to be
Pickpocket
alive.
Thursday. Okay, that doesn't mean that it's legal. You know you.
This cop's face is a whole mood. Just so over this shit.
Getting brain damage from that mask.
How so?
You're lowering your oxygen levels on a consistent basis. You're rebreathing all of your viral load. You're getting yourself sick by wearing that mask.
Okay, fine. We can count this as that's not how science works. It got me with the viral load thing.
There's nothing funny.
Where's that's not how science works? Hold on. That's not how science works. There we go. Tucker White with 20 bits. How do you get this deep in and not realize you're the asshole? That's a good question. I don't know. Viral load.
Okay? So when they poke at your blood-brain barrier with that COVID test, you probably will test positive for toxins in your body.
The blood-brain barrier?
Yeah, when they stick that all the way up, it's the thinnest part of your blood-brain barrier, and they poke at it numerous times, okay? Then you capture your viral load behind that mask and rebreathe it again, and now they're saying, coincidentally, the virus has mutated and it's affecting your brain. It's affecting your brain because everyone's blood-brain barrier, which it doesn't sound like you're aware of, is damaged from these COVID tests.
Yeah, we got microchip earlier.
Yeah.
Don't know much about that.
Do you know what? So look up. You know about the PCR test? That's the test that they do. The guy that invented it said that it should never be used to test for a disease. Okay, and then also they keep.
That's a claim I've heard before too, and I think
Nothing funny about the
Baha
tools of capitalism.
debunked that, or she said that was not the case. Logarth with 20 bits, this guy already sounds like he's been brain damaged. And Tucker White says, poke at your blood-brain barrier. This is word salad. I don't think it is yet. But don't worry, we're doing Jillian in a little bit, so that'll... Yeah, Baha says that isn't true. I know you told me something about... This has come up before, and you talked about PCR, the guy who invented it. So yeah, this guy's talking horse shit.
They multiply it, and if you multiply it less than 30 times, almost nobody tests positive. If you multiply it over 40 times, 95% of the people test positive. Guess what? All the tests that they're doing, they're multiplying it 45 times.
Cool. King Uendo with 50 bits. This anti-masker is in real trouble if they're ever rushed to the ER. Doctor, what problem? Anti-masker. That would be a HIPAA violation.
Okay? Therefore, the more people they test, the more cases they will have. You probably have it. We all have it.
I don't think that's Baja Blasts because she didn't actually, you know what I mean? I think she actually has to either be here, whether physically or in voice chat and talk about it, or if she, like, typed out a long thing in the chat, maybe. But, you know, we're just, you know, reiterating what has been said in the past. I don't think that counts.
And the inventor of the test said, if you multiply it enough times, you can find anything in anybody. It's total bullshit. And you guys are going to be needed. Your real men are going to be needed as this tyranny comes down on America. Right? And you guys are just standing there fighting for your own enslavement.
Rule number 1, and I'm here for it.
You
Don't
have
talk
no
to cops.
idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm just doing my job. That's what they said in Germany. Okay, I'm just doing my job.
Second cop appears.
Officer.
Look at this man with his fucking child-like tantrum is wasting the time of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other people who could be doing other things for their job. But instead, he comes in, decides to be an ass, and wastes everyone's time. It's so stupid. Cherry Vanilla Dreams with 40 bits. Do you think if we offer the anti-intellectuals a tour of science facilities and give examples of how real research works by real scientists, these people would change their minds? No. No, I don't.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Tucker White 94, 20 bits. Nazis. Drink, you bastards. Drink. Yeah, we don't have Godwin's Law on the bingo card, I don't think. But, we should.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Ashy Boost 74 with 20 bits. Now watch the second cop also not have the guts to arrest him, and they call for backup again.
How come your grandmother didn't tell you putting a face diaper on would protect you from a virus or from a flu?
Tucker White 94,
right?
20 bits. You missed one from me.
You,
Shit, I always do that. If Baja drinks a Baja Blast on stream, does that count as Baja Blasts? I don't think so, no.
No, it's not a life.
All right.
Move on, please.
Yeah. If you're working with toxic chemicals and you buy a mask at the Home Depot, there's all sorts of warnings. Works for this, doesn't work for this. But any little face diaper napkin works for the virus. You know this is baloney, and by just doing your job, you are fighting for your own enslavement. I get it. You got to put food on the table. You got a wife and kids, whatever it is. But you are enslaving the United States. You know, socialism is here. This is the end of freedom.
Socialism is when you wear masks. God, I wish people actually knew what socialism was. Freezer Burn with 20 bits. That thing about multiplying it over 30 times is the same nonsense my father has been going on about and call COVID fake. Yeah, stupid.
And you guys are responsible.
Did you hear that, guys? Socialism is here. So apparently you all collectively own the businesses you work for now. Good job. We did it. We did it! MMO Addicted to 20 bits. How much Baja Blast can a Baja Blast Baja Blasting?
You think it's easy coming in here shopping without a mask? I've been doing it since February. This is the first time they called the cops on me. I've been shopping here. Look at my card. I shop here every other week. Right?
A lot of people might share your beliefs.
It's not beliefs. No. Belief is the enemy of knowing.
I know. A lot of people might share your beliefs.
It's not beliefs.
At the end of the day, like I said, it is a private business.
It's not a private business. That when you find out when that's wrong, how about this? If you find out that you're wrong about that, will you reach out to me and tell me you're sorry?
I have to get in Discord and explain PCR. Sure.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay.
Andrew Batella with 20 bits. Socialism is when the government collectively owns your asses.
Oh, you are wrong. You're incorrect.
Same with Whole Foods.
You're incorrect.
Whole Foods is a private business as well.
You're incorrect. Okay. It's a place of public accommodation.
Can you go and hang out there?
You can go shop there. Absolutely.
You can go there and not shop.
You can walk through the store without any money in your pocket. Yes.
But when they know you're there.
If you're hanging out loitering, yeah, sure. I'm not loitering. David, hi. What's your name?
Yanklin. It's right there.
I'd rather not give it.
Well, you have to give me your last name because I'm here now.
I do not have to because I'm not under.
Okay, Baja's gonna explain. PCR. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so basically, I just want to explain what a PCR test is. PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction, and I do these constantly. It's a super easy way to genotype my mice if you know what gene you're looking for. Basically, how you do it is, and I'm going to base this, let's pretend like we got some COVID virus and we're trying to confirm that it's COVID virus. So how the PCR works is you start with the sequence, so either DNA or RNA. If it's RNA, then you have to convert it to DNA with just like an enzyme that we get from other bacteria and viruses. So what you do then is you have chunks of DNA from this virus that we think is COVID. And you have some what we call primers, which are teeny tiny little chunks of sequence that we know will bind to an area of COVID DNA. And if it binds, then the PCR, which goes through cycles of denaturing the DNA, annealing the DNA, and extending the DNA. If there is COVID DNA in this sample that you have, the primers will bind after the DNA is separated. And then the polymerase, which is the enzyme that adds base pairs to DNA, will attach at the area where the primer bound to the DNA, and it will add more nucleotides, and then you'll get, instead of having the one double-stranded sequence that you started with, you'll have two double-stranded sequences. And it does this cycle over and over and over and over again. So you get a ton of copies, because if you there's also something called quantitative PCR, which is called qPCR. And what that does is it's slightly different than regular PCR, where if the primers are successful in binding the DNA and the DNA starts getting made, it will start fluorescing. And the more replicates of this DNA you have, the more it starts fluorescing. And then the computer can actually detect that fluorescence and say, yes, this is a positive signal. It means that there is COVID present. So, but it's not just creating COVID DNA out of thin air. It's the fact that the only way that you can detect this is if you have enough DNA. And since there's such a small amount in COVID virus, you have to amplify it. And that's how you have to do everything. Like, I take DNA from my mice and I still have to amplify it via qPCR, because you're not going to know if the primers are actually binding unless they're making this DNA. And so it's kind of, it's very, very, very frustrating hearing someone say something like, oh, it's just, they're multiplying it 45 times. And it's like, yes, but you haven't told us the context in which that is normal for everything. Like, when I am doing PCR, it is very normal to have it cycle 45 times. That is not a abnormal amount of cycling for a PCR.
Okay, that's interesting.
Are there any questions? in chat
Well,
real
people
quick.
maybe type questions if they have any. I'm going to read some of these. Dr. Gamble with 20 bits, and when it owns your face, that's communism. The Shadow Witch with 20 bits. Okay, policy change needed here. If you walk in wearing a mask, no problem, but if you walk in without one, you're offered a complimentary ball gag and must wear it. Refuse both, and customers who volunteer can remove you in any way they see fit. Skip the middleman. I've worn a ball gag. It's very uncomfortable. It wasn't a sexual situation. Someone sent us a ball gag, and I tried it on. Jack Clausen.
I'm literally cringing right now thinking about that.
Yeah, why do you think I feel? I don't even know if that was clean.
Ew.
Tiger White 94 20 bits a likely story, Hannah. What was he talking about with the blood-brain barrier, someone asked?
He was being a fucking moron.
Good answer. DB...
Because it's not touching your blood-brain barrier. It's swabbing the back of your throat.
Okay.
Like your nose and the back of your throat.
DBN sleeps with 100 bits. Fun fact, places of public accommodation are literally defined as private entities, and there are explicit allowances for removing people who are causing a public health or safety hazard from such places. Then it's a link to the U.S. Equal Employment and Opportunity Commission on this shit. Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Baha. I appreciate it.
There's nothing funny about the
Oh, you're just shoving me off of Discord?
I mean, I don't have to, but... Would you like
That's
to
fine.
watch the rest of the thing?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Make sure you get Baja Blasts on the bingo card, of course. What's going on with Texas right now? You'll have to be more specific. I don't know what you mean. Mitchell Drummer with 20 bits. So is the blood-brain barrier real, though? That is a real thing, but it's not what he is claiming it is. Doom Smoothie with 100 bits. When people go on about fake science stuff, I tell them you wear a mask to protect yourself from the virus in the same way you wear clothes to protect yourself from the elements. You wouldn't go into a blizzard completely naked, would you? Sure. It's a good enough metaphor.
Arrest. There's no victim. I haven't hurt anybody. I have committed no crime.
That's not
I'm just.
how it works.
It is how it works.
It's not.
It is.
So they're asking you to leave.
Okay, I'm willing to
You're
leave. He won't let me leave.
Okay, well, we can walk out.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk out. You
All
wanna
right.
grab your coffee?
Can I have your card or?
Yep. You wanna grab your
Yeah.
coffee from your card?
Sure. Can I have your card?
Yep. We're gonna walk on out. I'll give you everything when you get outside.
Okay.
I can't believe they don't arrest him.
And
Pathetic.
if you're doing this because you guys believe in what you're saying, you should throw all that food out because it's, it's contaminated.
Don't worry about that. We will.
Okay. How's your oxygen levels with that mask on?
Better with it off.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh. Yeah, do you know how to get out of here?
I do.
All right, can you leave out?
I would like, we'll go this way. I would like your card though.
I will give it to you when you get outside.
Okay. Because you guys know the federal, there's no law that, no rule that Costco can make that breaks federal law. We can take a right here.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
Tiger White 94 20 bits. If this guy was black, do you think he doesn't get arrested on the spot? Absolutely not. He would be arrested.
You know that this entire face mask thing is complete and total nonsense.
Listen, I don't want to wear it any more than anyone else.
I got it, but I understand.
Cops are fucking cunts. What's up with that? Why are both... I mean, I know why. Both these cops are like, yeah, we agree with you, but... No, don't fucking agree with this idiot. Jesus Christ.
But holding up, you know, unconstitutional laws, you know, there's no law. You should be here defending me, not defending these people who are breaking the law. You're not upholding the law. You should be supporting the law. And the law is that I should be able to shop here unharassed and not be forced to wear a medical mask over my face, which lowers my oxygen, causes many issues. You know, that nobody can do that. A doctor would have a hard time telling me to wear a mask.
If you have a doctor's note, they'll let you shop without a mask here.
You see what's happening to America. You know that it's over, and you guys are helping this happen by not upholding the law. Can I have your card? Can you write his information on it too, please?
For my G0 for
What an asshole. I hate to reiterate, but, you know.
There's nothing funny about the tools.
Tucker White 94 says if he was smart, he'd go to his friend Jeremy on the other corner of 3rd and Freed and get a doctor's note that allows him to not wear a mask, right? He's not even being pragmatic about his stupidity. Logarth with 20 bits, and this is where they arrest him. Yeah, they don't arrest him.
Thank you.
They're asking you no longer to come back.
Well,
That's the end of it.
what about upholding the law? I mean,
We just did.
you did. What law? What law are you upholding? Constitutional law or Costco law?
You didn't know what you're talking about.
You're upholding Costco law. They wrote a sign that says, "Hey, it's Pickpocket Thursday." They wrote a sign that said it's Pickpocket Thursday, and you're upholding that.
Then you would be breaking the law. There's no law that says you have to be let in here without a mask. That's where you're wrong.
That is the dumbest logic I've ever heard, man.
You also said before that you'd be breaking HIPAA law by giving your own medical information.
No, I didn't say that. I said you're breaking HIPAA law by.
Logard says arrest this man. Towing 24 says this guy who lived in Bridgeport. This guy's probably a rich ass clown from Darien or Greenwich. He shouldn't get arrested. He should get the guillotine. Jesus. Tiger White 94 20 bits. They're upholding the rules of their corporate overlords. The Costco is allowed to have a mask mandate.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
You know, by asking me for it, you can be fined.
I said if you want to give out your own medical information
Point taken.
to make
Right.
this easier next time.
I could, but I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. But you were wrong on that as well. So you don't have a very
I wasn't wrong on
deep
that.
understanding of the law.
I was completely right. You just misinterpreted what I said.
You gotta go
I gotta go.
off the property.
Yeah. Thanks for upholding the law, not. I mean, you guys.
Was that a not joke? Thanks for upholding the law, not. Its timing was about as good as Borat, too.
Think about what you guys are doing. Sorry.
As well.
That's absurd. What an ass. What an absolute ass.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
We'll probably see this guy again somewhere. Don't know where, but we'll cover him again. Thank you to Comet Girl 2222 for following. Welcome to the stream. What do I want to do? Okay, we have Nathan, we have this guy, and we have Jillian. Who do we want to do? Tucker White 94, tell me you contributed to the downvotes. Oh, I didn't click on it. Ugh. Ashy Boo says, anyway, cops are useless and don't do their jobs. And then Title Bell 20 bits. Apparently Texas is suing certain states over unlawful election results. Yeah, I saw. It's stupid. Jillian, anyone but Jillian, Nathan, Jillian, Jilly. Okay, Jillian wins. Here's Jillian with a video about how McDonald's is good for you. I'm not kidding. That's the hill she's decided to die on with this video.
So real quick, I am in
Please not Jillian, you haven't had coffee yet? You better make it real quick.
the process of writing out a very organized succession of how energy is not being utilized correctly. And when we demonize food establishments like McDonald's and we promote establishments like the gym or other excessive energy usurping protocols like working out, the world is backwards. You realize that McDonald's is an energy source.
Dr. Gamble with 100 bits. I worked in the kitchen of Mickey D's. It's not good for you. Case closed. I worked there in high school, too. I agree. And yes, by the way, Sushi Mom, happy birthday. Everyone give a happy birthday to Sushi Mom, please.
That is a complete protein with other nutritive benefits that if the body is able to utilize that energy correctly, then you actually could live very healthy lifestyle with McDonald's and Jilly Juice. And
that's like a race to figure out which kind of diarrhea is going to kill you first, the McDonald's diarrhea or the Jilly Juice diarrhea.
Potentially live indefinitely. When people are working out to such an extent to where they don't capitalize on the energy that they're retaining.
Nutritive benefits, question mark, says a very tall hobbit.
And they're always working out.
All she knows is food has nutrients. That's what she knows.
Causing entropy, causing the energy to be leaving the body at an excessive level where you are now cannibalizing the body because you don't have
Tucker White says, Jillian, camera's down here. Why is she looking up the ceiling?
Enough energy to be able
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
To handle an
Might be the rare
excessive
occasion
energy
where McDonald's
taking
lessens
force
the
like the
diarrhea.
gym. That is the body. That is when the person allows the body to cannibalize itself. In my first book that's out right now, working out and doing the Jilly Juice protocol.
Oh, someone asks, WTF is Jilly Juice? I guess I made a grave error in assuming everyone here already knew. Jillian is a grifter. She believes what she's saying, but nonetheless, she makes a concoction called Jilly Juice, which is made of salt water, cabbage, and then it's fermented. And she believes this concoction will cure every disease, including cancer, and she thinks if you're gay, it'll also cure you of being gay, or if you're trans, like myself, she thinks it'll cure you of being trans, and she believes it'll make you live forever, and that it'll regrow limbs. It's absolutely bonkers, and it gives you absolutely ridiculous diarrhea, which she calls waterfalls.
Doesn't work together. That causes ketosis, that causes the body to take the energy that it has, but you're not able to retain the energy, or you wouldn't be working out and trying to be healthy. And
You'd honestly rather
the
die.
social constructs of having a cut body, a fit body, has caused people to allow their body to be cannibalized by their own doing. Okay, thermodynamics is where you have the energy on reserve to be able to not only exert energy out there doing your job or walking or working out, but thermodynamics is also the ability to retain the energy and utilize it correctly.
Does anyone have word salad? You definitely need to knock off, whenever we do Jillian, word salad gets marked off the board very quickly. Dr. Gamble with 20 bits. For all that said, Jilly Juice will kill you first. You clearly never witnessed the emptying of a grill's grease tray after breakfast. Hey, I worked at McDonald's back about a decade ago. I know what it was like. I know what those grease traps are like. I had to empty them. They're disgusting.
McDonald's is not a bad food. Neither is Taco Bell. Neither is any fast food industry.
That's not true. Look, I'm sure these restaurants have healthier options, but the McDonald's salads are really bad for you if you don't know. Not as bad as like a Big Mac or something. The thing about fast food is it's all disgusting, greasy, non-nutritious, and filled with sugar and stuff. That said, I'm not saying you can never have it, right? If you get McDonald's once a month or once every couple months or something, you're fine. Who cares? But, like, it's not nutritious. It's junk food. It's junk food. And people they like Taco Bell every once in a while. That's fine. But it isn't good for you. Major Dub, thank you for subscribing with a 4-month streak. Happy 5 months. I missed it. Happy 5 months, Hannah. TBR brand foil when. I'll have to talk to a merchandise person. Doom Smoothie with 20 bits. I was going to talk shit about McDonald's, but all I've had to eat today was 4 donuts and a medium coffee. Yeah. Be a little hypocritical. Tucker White 94 20 bits. McDonald's is the place you go to when you're on a long road trip because there's one at just about every goddamn exit. Yeah, it's consistent. There's a reason people call things the McDonald's of blank if it's like a thing in another industry where it's like consistent, not necessarily great, not nutritious, but it'll get the job done, right? McMansions. Or like if you wanted to call, this is I think a little bit of a disservice to the MCU, because some of those movies are really good, but like the Marvel movies are the McDonald's of the film industry. They're not going to be the best thing you've ever seen, but they'll be flashy and they'll be fun and they'll get the job done. You know what I mean?
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Thank you, Computer Flight, for following.
That is demonizing the food supply, doesn't understand.
Bye, Pier Squar. See you later.
Understand how to utilize food for what it is. And so the aging process is...
Oh, did I miss a thing? Hold on. Fluidity, thank you for donating $5. Says, take my money. You're a beautiful person, and I'm so happy that the streams have become so successful for you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
When you don't absorb the nutrition.
The MCU, but with Mick, the McU. Yeah, that works. That's a better joke than I made up. Good job.
That you need to be able to put on reserve so the body can actually evolve and rebuild its cell structures. When you're working out and when you're starving yourself of food is when the body goes into ketosis. It goes into self-cannibalization. And so what's backwards is there are people in my world that, like the Jilly Juice, don't understand that McDonald's is just food. You realize that the holistic allopathic industry have demonized and compartmentalized the food supply as well as the elements, making you think that your environment is the enemy when actually it's what keeps you alive. You see, not everybody understands Jilly Juice. Not everybody understands thermodynamics. Not everybody understands that when the body is aging, when the body is going into fertility, it's because there's lack of reserves available to keep the body going to mitigate extinction.
Okay, but like your body needs macronutrients, right? And McDonald's food is calorically dense, let's say, right? It's got a lot of added sugars. It's got a lot of stuff that's going to be high in calories, but it doesn't necessarily give you the nutrition, the macronutrients that we're actually talking about, vitamins and minerals and stuff, to keep your body going, right? So you could theoretically probably keep yourself sustained off McDonald's like Jillian keeps herself sustained off diarrhea water, but like, you won't be healthy, and you will probably die much sooner than you want.
And so this is why people die, and this is why people are fertile, why they have to go and procreate. And so...
Very Tall Hobbit with 20 bits. This isn't word salad. Salad can be healthy. This is a word hot dog. It's all the undesirable bits mushed together into a presentable package. And then Shadow Witch says, calorie dense, nutritionally sparse. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the thing with that... humans do need to socialize. Well, yeah, if they are a whole person. But a person who doesn't have what it takes to handle the new data in the environment, the new energy in the environment, and the body goes into an evolutionary process, so that we have a new virus in the environment, the body goes into an evolutionary process, doesn't have enough energy to evolve, and so guess what? They are then going into self-cannibalization. And what happens is then you have an uneven distribution of life, which is then called tumorigenesis or cancer, or you have the usurping of the energy, the disintegration of life, which is called then the aging process, where you are now cutting off your hand, where you're cutting off your hand so you can feed your vital organs. Right, John. McDonald's is probably the best. I'm telling you, McDonald's, top ramen. You realize top ramen is the most simplest, best form of energy a person can get, but it's been totally backwards. People have.
No! Tucker White 94 20 bets. Has anyone else lost the plot? Yeah, Jillian. Ashy Boo 74 20 bits. All I'm getting from this is McDonald's will cure your cancer. And then Jezebel 20 bits. I'm trying to follow this, but I just can't. Again, you can enjoy some ramen, some top ramen. It's not good for you, though. Like, it's not nutritious. It'll fill you up and give you some energy. But you're not necessarily going to be healthy because of it. Albatrotsky with 20 bits. Jillian, please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Have been demonizing top ramen. They've been demonizing McDonald's because they don't know how to utilize the energy correctly. And so what happens is then you paint yourself into a very narrow corner of food discrimination, and you're starving yourself.
Top ramen isn't super.
And when
different
you starve
from
yourself,
juice.
guess
They're
what
about
happens?
as salty
It's called the
as each
acceleration of
other.
entropy. And so, yeah, you know, when you're
Thank
staying
you
away
for
from
following.
sugar and salt and carbs and meat, which is a complete protein, and milk and eggs and sugar and all the stuff that's on my
And meat, which is a complete protein. Yeah, meat's protein, Jillian. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
that shopping list that I posted, when you are starving yourself from that energy source, guess what? Your body's gonna die. You know, I can live off of top ramen, which is basically a sugar, carbs, which is the noodles, and then the salt, the sodium content, is what the body needs to be able to then energize the processes, redistribute the life force, so that way you don't get cancer.
Boy, I really want her to go to the doctor and find out. I don't think she goes to the doctor because she thinks the Jilly juice makes her completely healthy. How high do you think her sodium is? Because she drinks a gallon of salt water a day with the Jilly juice, and then she's also apparently eating a bunch of McDonald's and ramen. Her sodium intake must be bananas. Tucker White 94 20 bits. Remember, Hannah, food that's good for you costs money, which most of us don't have. That's true.
You don't get chronic.
It's got what plants crave. That's true. Electrolytes.
The tools of capitalism.
Razzle Tazzle 91. Here you go, Jilly.
Illness.
With some salt.
And you don't get disease. But if you're
She's going to have a heart attack one day. I think she's going to have a stroke. If she hasn't already suffered from some mini strokes. She was on Dr. Phil, and some of the people they brought on were people she'd convinced to drink Jilly juice, and one of them had a stroke because of the Jilly juice, because their sodium intake was so high. They were super, like, dehydrated and stuff. So, I don't know. I think Jillian might have a stroke someday.
working out and you're trying to be all like fit, and then you're staying away from McDonald's and staying away from certain foods that you have been taught to demonize, then guess what? The body goes into an aging process. Look at how many of your friends and family are on all these keto diets who have been scared of sugar and salt, and guess what? Their body is disintegrating.
How old was the person that had the stroke? Mid-40s, probably? Mid-40s to early 50s? I don't remember.
And they're very discriminatory. And guess what? They take a side. Guess what? They're an activist. You know what activists are? They're imbalanced humans. When you're taking a side against, the government, against humanity and the food supply, when you take a side against your own self, and as well as your brethren, you are actively contributing to the entropy process.
What
the
is she
destruction
talking
of
about?
And so, yeah, I mean, you could be as awake as you
Tuesday
think you
crap.
are.
Can we watch
I'm so awake.
Idiocracy?
Oh, yeah, the government's so
Unfortunately,
bad.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Look out your window. We're
McDonald's
living
is
it.
so bad, and oh, yeah, the gyms are so good. You have it backwards.
What is she gonna do when she realizes she's still aging? Like, what happens when she starts getting tons of gray hair and wrinkles? Well, that's the thing, though. If you look at Jilly Juice from years ago, she's been doing this for years. She has visibly aged. I think all the dehydration from drinking so much salt water every day probably isn't helping. But she's visibly aged, at least a bit. We all do. I've aged as well. We all go through it. AshyBoo74 20 bits. I hope she donates her body to science. There'd be so much wrong with it. Honestly, she's probably so saturated with sodium they won't even have to put anything in the corpse for the embalming to preserve. What was I going to say? Oh, she'll probably, and I'm going to make a prediction here. If she starts getting gray hairs, she's going to say, I've discovered something new about Jilly Juice and life, what does she call them? Death trajectories and life trajectories. She'll be like, it turns out hair pigment is part of a death trajectory, and once you get to a certain point with Jilly Juice, your hair starts losing its pigment. It'll be some bullshit like that. I almost guarantee it.
You have it so backward.
There's no version of this where Jillian realizes she's wrong. No matter what. She could survive a stroke that's caused by the Jilly Juice, and she will not listen, and she will go home from the hospital and immediately start drinking Jilly Juice again and die. Like, she cannot admit she's wrong.
You know, I'm eating right now an energy source. It's called yogurt, sugars, and milk.
What is in that yogurt? Did she put, like, cottage cheese in her yogurt? Kind of looks like it. 70 bits, the Shadow Witch. Sodium plus saturated fat, trans fat, and empty calories equals heart disease. Trust me, I know. I had a massive coronary at 31, 95% blockage. Senior year of my double major. I know Dash and AHA diets, and she isn't following that at all. I drink nothing but water and cook my food. This person is dangerous to herself and others.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Andrew Batella with 20 bits. The body is not a closed system, therefore any usable energy must be extracted through a potential difference. That's why they need to use Jilly Juice to summon beings from the extra dimension to offset the closedness of the universe. 74 Quinn 74 asks, is she a narcissist? She has delusions of grandeur. I don't know if she's a narcissist, but she definitely has a very high opinion of herself. And she thinks she knows better than doctors. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. The Jillian who realizes she's wrong is located in the same alternate reality that communist Joe Biden occupies. Mitchell Drummer with 20 bits. Remember, guys, Jilly thinks that Jilly Juice is causing her menopause. She literally doesn't know what menopause was. Yeah, that's true. Last time we watched her, she did think her menopause was Jilly Juice. Antipodian Squid with 20 bits. Hair color is caused by toxins exiting your body, and when you reach a certain level of wellness, your hair will go gray because there are no more toxins that need to leave your system that way. Ooh, that's a good fake one. Yeah, she might say that. That's good.
These are hormones. These are things that are going to keep me alive as I'm writing. Because I'm writing right now, and it's utilizing a lot of energy. Like, I had to go outside and smoke a cigarette.
I did mention cheese, actually, yeah. I said it looked like cottage cheese. So, yeah, that counts. If you got cottage cheese, or if you got cheese on the bingo card. Good catch. Where is it? Hannah mentions cheese somewhere on here. Where is... There we go. 24.
To kind of get more hormones to really put things together, and I get clarity when I do my own chemistry. But because I'm balanced, I can play with my biochemistry with chemistry because I'm a balanced human being. I know what it takes
she smokes
to live
too.
in this
This
world.
is hilarious. How can anyone be so
takes
wrong?
Food. It takes balancing
the constant
elements.
dehydration
It's
probably isn't
the
helping her
micro
think
and the macro
clearly either.
are interrelated. You know, you have like image. What is image? Image is the electrical impulses, the mass or matter, I'm sorry, acids. I is for impulses, M is for matter, A is for acids, G is for gases, E is for electrical. Those all correspond to the micro, which is way down to your cellular thermodynamics, all the way to the macro, to your behaviors, to how you interact with the world, what you believe in. Everything that you do is based upon how your cells are retaining energy and releasing energy in a balanced or imbalanced way. And when you demonize the food supply, you're no different than what you think the government is doing to people. You're actually, you are the worst fears.
Dr. Gamble with 50 bits. Oh God, is that an Ohio State shirt? Is she in my state? That's it, I'm moving to Michigan. I don't know where she's from, actually. Can I review the bingo? In a little bit, I will. Jack Clausen with 100 bits. She reminds me of a cult leader so much. Just nonsense. Yeah. It's a poop cult. She said it's a poop cult.
Funny about the tools of
Those are her words. AshyBoo74, 20 bits. I hope that in my future as a therapist, I get to run across a client like Jillian. The unfortunate part is that people with delusions this strong don't seek help. Yeah.
That you're bringing out. You are actually the worst fears. You are actually self-annihilating yourself. You are self-annihilating, and you're annihilating your friends and family. Because guess what? Some people are poor out there. Some people right now are losing their jobs because of things that are going on. And you know what? The dollar menu is going to keep people alive. You know,
if you're really, really broke, you're certainly better off going like and buying a loaf of bread and some peanut butter and some jelly rather than getting stuff off the dollar menu. I don't know. Even ramen, I think you're better off getting ramen in terms of economic viability if you're like really, really poor and you just need to get something in your body, even if it's not the healthiest, to make sure you can like keep going to work and stuff. Ramen would be the choice above McDonald's, right? McDonald's is not cheap for what it is. McDonald's is $1 for a cheeseburger that costs 10 cents to make. You know what I mean? I understand that there are situations where you might have $1.06 for like a burger, but you might not have enough to go make your own. I understand. But like, to act like McDonald's is a viable long-term money-saving strategy, it's not. McDonald's is expensive relative to making your own food, even if it's something basic. Again, like buying a loaf of bread and some stuff to make sandwiches, you know?
If things were to really go to shit, like when I was going through a hard time living in a hotel with my husband in Sacramento, California, West Sacramento, California.
Rice and beans.
In the ghetto, next to drug dealers and prostitutes, because they were in the hotel room next to us, and I was trying to work from the ground up. Because my husband and I got together, and we had to rebuild both of our lives and bring them together. We were living off of the dollar menu. We were living off of Little Caesars pizza, $5 pizzas. Dollar menu kept us alive.
How dare you besmirch the name of Little Caesars pizza? Sometimes you just want a pizza that tastes like it was made on cardboard for the crust.
It kept us going. No, we weren't doing Jillian juice back then, because that was back in 2011 or 2010, 2011. Okay, actually 2011, because we got married in September 24, 2011. And so prior to us getting married, we were struggling. And so if somebody doesn't have enough food, doesn't have enough money, let's say they get Social Security, they do the Jilly Juice, and they can go to the food bank, and they have like a few dollars where they can go buy a McDonald's or a pizza. That's a fucking food source. Why the hell would you demonize a food source? Because what?
Right, I understand that when people are, and I've been very, very poor at different points throughout my life, I understand that. I'm doing all right now, actually, thanks to the support of the show from people like you. Well, PBS announcement. But I've been poor. I understand what that's like. I understand that sometimes you just feel desperate. But even when I was, like, poor, maybe it was just me, but when I was poor, I wasn't getting McDonald's. When I was poor, McDonald's might have been a treat. You know what I mean? It's junk food, it's sugary, it's bad. But I wasn't eating a McDonald's every night when I was poor, right? I was going to the grocery store. I was going to the Aldi, and I was getting, non-name brand, whatever I could get my hands on just so I could get some food, right? I don't know.
So you can promote organic food, promote some organic vegetable that's not a complete protein, that's not a complete nutritive benefit.
Oh, my phone's gonna die here
in a
second.
Yeah,
it's
right
got
now
1%.
I'm in the process of really getting from the micro.
I was reading the chat on there. It's fine. I can use it on my computer, but my phone's gonna be dead until I charge it. Shit.
To the macros, so you understand how to utilize image, which is the impulses, the matter, the acids, the gases, and the electrical impulses that then cause in the body to regenerate But if you have an imbalance in the image, which is basically from the micro to the macro, then you're going to have someone who is going to lose their life either now or later on down the road. So I've actually simplified everything down to image in the micro, an image in the macro, and then all your stupid politics around food is going to go to the wayside. Because if you have politics around food, then you're no different than those who you fear. You are actually one of those that want to annihilate the human race. When you actually demonize food. And you're like, oh yeah, the gym is such a healthy place. No, the gym is not a healthy place. Do you know how many people are in there that are so malnourished, that are causing more entropy in their body because they're using more energy than they have on retention?
That's not how that works.
And so then guess what? The body cannibalizes itself. It will go steal from people.
I think she's one of these people, like Donald Trump, who thinks that the body has a finite amount of energy, and if you exercise, you're using it up, and that if you use it all, that's when you die. But that's not how that works. Your body isn't a closed system. You're putting chemical energy in via food all the time. Exercise is good for you.
To pay Paul, and that's why you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, who used to look really cute way back in the 19 whatever, in his heyday, to now looking like a shell of himself.
What? Arnold Schwarzenegger looks good for his age. He looks great for his age. He just, aged like people age. Let me see what he looks like today. Like, this is a recent picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, yeah, he looks like an old version of himself, but he's in good shape. Like, I think Jillian is just... And I feel like y'all understand what I'm saying. I think Jillian is just really, really afraid of growing old. And the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger looks older than he did in the 80s because it's been 40 years... She thinks he looks like shit, but he doesn't. He looks great for his age. I don't know. I think she's going to have a real rough time as she gets older. Antipodian Squid with 20 bets. Does she mean when he was on steroids compared to now? I think so. Who says he's not still on steroids? Who cares? I don't think he's actively participating in any competitions.
Graying hair, losing collagen, losing muscle tone. Some people are losing their mind because they are starving their bodies, not because they don't eat, because their bodies are not utilizing the energy correctly. They haven't healed and sealed. And so a poor person who can only afford salt and jars and water and cabbage and kale and then McDonald's could live better than someone who is demonizing McDonald's and promoting the gym.
No. Look, I understand, again, the idea of, like, food deserts. I understand, let's say you're a low-income person or a no-income person for whatever reason, and you live in an area and you don't have a car, and the only place close to you that sells food isn't a grocery store, but it's a McDonald's. You're probably going to find yourself walking to that McDonald's and getting food quite often, more often than is probably healthy to do. And I understand that's a situation some people find themselves in, and that sucks, and that's why, like, food deserts as a concept is a thing, and why people are trying to take steps to change that. But that doesn't make McDonald's healthy just because it's the only option some people have. Right?
I don't need much to live.
Batty
I
Bell,
can live so
stream
simplistically because
boss.
I know what
Nice.
chemistry needs to happen for the body to live indefinitely. But I'm telling you, it's a trip to see people who say they like jelly juice. Who think they understand. They're not doing jelly juice. They're not. They're so full of shit, literally, that they're actually demonizing the food supply. That's how full of shit people are. That's why you do J juice, to get rid of the excess shit in your body.
Scott
You heal and
LaRock,
seal,
thanks for following.
and realize that it's about energy. You know, when you have so many antibodies accumulating, that's energy being taken away from the body trying to evolve. Antibodies are energy that, yes, have been programmed to go after evolving cells. And so that's what then causes also the destruction of humanity, entropy. But anytime that you go to a different environment and the body has to evolve, that's energy taken. Anytime that you move, anytime that you speak, anytime that you think and you write and you watch TV or you go and work, that's energy being usurped. You have to be able to not only bring more energy in your body, but also put some on retention so that way your hair, skin, and nails are not being sacrificed for your vital organs.
Jack C. with a $5 donation. Here's money, although Jillian is pissing me off with her terrible ideas. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it.
And that's what happens when people are downing McDonald's and promoting the fucking gym on a body that is compromised. Have a good day.
Man, she always ends those videos so abruptly. So, yeah, I understand McDonald's can be some people's in very specific circumstances only choice of food. That doesn't make it healthy. It's not. It's bad for you. Anyway, someone wanted me to go over the bingo card, so let's take a look at what we got. Someone doesn't understand how cameras work. Word salad. QAnon claimed as a source. Hannah mentions Hot Pockets cheese. Microchip implants. That's not how science works. Satanic ritual child abuse. Baja blasts and spurious symbology used as evidence are all on the bingo card that we have put the thing on. Not marked off. That'd be the word. Marked off. Okay. This is probably the last video we'll do for the day. It's coming up on 3 hours, and the kitty's been upset with me because I've been working all day, and also I gotta charge my phone so I can call Baja after the stream is over. So let's do some Nathan Thompson. Oh, I wanted to skip ahead of that stuff. So Nathan Thompson is a flat earther that we all, I was going to say love, but that's definitely not how we feel about him. Nathan Thompson is a very interesting flat earther. He's relatively popular. He used to have the most followed flat earth group in the world with 400,000 members on Facebook. It recently, in the past couple months, got deleted, and now he's down to one with, I don't know, it was at like 4,000 or 5,000 last time I checked. Either way, this is an older video from him. Let's just take a look and see what he has to say. This video is entitled, Why Gravity is Fake, and we can talk about why gravity isn't fake.
Give you guys a minute to get in here. If you don't know who I am, my name's Nathan Thompson. I started this group, the official Flat Earth and Globe Discussion.
Marxist nihilism,
really
thanks for following.
Attention to everything that happens in here and all the arguments for globe and against globe and all the arguments for flat earth and against flat earth, and well, all the evidence leads to flat earth, but
it doesn't. Continue though.
Let's talk about gravity, because gravity is the biggest obstacle I think we have to overcome, because all these globe earthers believe that all objects with mass are attracting other objects with mass. What's up, Thomas Evans?
Objects with mass do attract other objects with mass, and their attraction is relative to the amount of mass that they have. The Cavendish experiments ended up showing this, I believe. Pixel Centurion, thank you for following.
My neighbor, good to see you, bro. I love you. So, the science is that...
Or rather, that was how we found the gravitational constant. We knew about mass attracting mass before that, but they were using that to calculate the gravitational constant.
Things rise and fall based on buoyancy and density. That's why raindrops fall and air bubbles in water rise. That's why heavy objects drop and balloons rise.
No. Here's the thing. Flat earthers will do this thing relatively often where they'll say, it's not gravity, gravity's not real, buoyancy, it's all buoyancy. So they believe that, like, for instance, I don't know, this bottle of my estrogen pills, oh, if I drop that, it goes down because it's more dense than the air surrounding it. The problem with that is, buoyancy is just another way of saying gravity in this case, because buoyancy only works because of gravity. If you're calculating buoyancy, The formula for calculating buoyancy, see this G? This G is standard gravity. So if you're trying to figure out buoyancy, you need gravity. You literally cannot say something is moving because of buoyancy without involving gravity. You can't do it. Buoyancy is not this outside force that exists divorced from gravity. It actively involves it.
Is not because of any magical forces pulling you to ball Earth, but the fact that things fall at a constant rate, 9.8 meters per second. Hey, Robbie, good to see you, bro. I can't wait to see you in Denver. Everyone, if you're not going to the conference in Denver, make sure you buy your tickets now because it will sell out. So I'll be speaking there. Everyone's speaking there. Hey, Fred, good to see you, bro. Fred Schneider out in Kansas City. I love you, bro. So here's the science behind things rising and falling, guys. 9.8 meters per second is a constant rate of fall. Now,
on Earth,
I've never met someone who believes in gravity that understands an inverse square law. Now, what an inverse square law states is that the closer an object gets to Earth, the stronger the gravitational force should be. So, and it's not slightly stronger, we're talking exponentially stronger. So just like Earth's curvature gets exponentially bigger, it's 8 inches the first mile, 32 inches the second mile, and by 3 miles you're looking at 6 feet of curvature. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, bro. So exponentially stronger. So an object 2 miles away from Earth, once it gets to 1 mile from Earth, it shouldn't be twice as strong, the gravitational force. It should be 4 times as strong, the gravitational. And then you get to a half mile, and you're talking about 8 times.
Not exponentially. Isn't it times 4 or something? I thought inverse square meant that you ended up, like, multiplying things or dividing things by 4 or something. I was watching a video on it the other day.
Stronger than it was at 2 miles. And so things fall at a constant rate, but not just that. They fall and they continue to fall and they continue accelerating until they reach terminal velocity, okay? So explain to me how things are magically attracted to Earth and getting exponentially stronger of a gravitational force if...
people are telling me it's not exponential, it's just like increasing, but I'm not exactly sure.
All objects fall at 9.8 meters per second until they reach terminal velocity, then they stop accelerating. And then they just fall at the constant rate.
Yeah.
On top of that, you got centrifugal force. So Earth's moving the fastest at the equator, but it slows down as you leave the equator and approach the poles. Allegedly, right? Let's pretend Earth moves, okay? Because
I'm there.
I'm going to get to that in a second. So as things leave the equator, the centrifugal force decreases, and objects should get heavier the closer they are to the poles.
Oh, no. No. Again, I think you're overstating the amount of force that's going to be caused by the Earth's rotation, because the Earth doesn't rotate that fast relative to its size. It spins once per day. That's not a fast rotation. And gravity is a much stronger force than that, so it's not going to make a difference.
Nobody witnesses.
Not a substantial one that's going to be easily measurable, at least.
Is that 5-pound weights are 5 pounds at the equator. They're 5 pounds at the Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. They're 5 pounds at the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. No one's ever measured 5-pound weight weighing more or less because of gravity and centrifugal force. So, on top of that, mass attracting mass has never been proven. So...
Yes, it has. Hold on. Okay, so the Cavendish experiment, they actually did this at my school to show us, but a lot of schools do this. Basically, it's a simple rig. Like the school I think I went to had something similar to this. But you can get a more technical one with actual, stuff designed for this experiment. But you can rig one up too if you look it up online. basically, it showed that over time, mass will attract mass, even if the masses are relatively small, if they're given the freedom to do so, like without friction and other stuff getting in the way, right? This is something that you can do yourself, Nathan. You could literally mock this up yourself and show that to be the case. I've seen it done. Other people see it done all the time. It's a relatively common experiment to show young people, like, hey, here's how we figured out the gravitational constant, and here's how we know gravity exists.
This idea that
or one of the ways that we can demonstrate it.
everything is magically attracted to everything else.
It's not magic. It's science. Not understanding a scientific concept doesn't make it magic. You can't, like, it's like Arthur C. Clarke, but, like, stupider. Arthur C. Clarke, I think, said any technology that's substantially, like, complex can be mistaken for magic. Right, that concept shouldn't work here, though, because we're talking about gravity, something that you could go and learn about anytime you want on the internet.
Is preposterous. It's insane. It's never been proven. And on top of that, these globers believe it's bending space-time. So they think this magical force that's never been proven is magically bending space.
Again, it's been proven.
Which, let me reiterate, is a vacuum of nothing. So, I mean, this is all air right here, right? There's actually molecules here in the air, right?
Correct.
Imagine trying to bend air. Not happening.
Right. Space-time is what's bending, not the air.
Bending space-time, which is nothing?
Space-time isn't nothing. It's literally everything. What do you mean space-time is nothing?
Even more preposterous. But we gotta get over this gravity because Earth doesn't move.
Earth does move. Tucker White 94, 20 bits, it's bending space-time. Otherwise, the headlights on your car would extend out indefinitely. And then Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits, gravity doesn't bend space-time. The object bends space-time, and it is that bend that causes gravity.
Earth's never been proven to move. No Coriolis. Airplanes aren't accounting for Earth's movement according to the Federal Airline Administration.
Why would they have to? They're on the Earth, and then when they take off, they conserve the momentum that they had from when they were on the Earth.
Snipers don't account for it. I know plenty of snipers. We have a ton in the group. Miguel Herrera trained people how to shoot. Brett Bagley is a shooter.
How far of a distance do you think a sniper is shooting that they have to take curvature into account? Stone Corbell with 20 bits. If I say things that are true in an incredulous voice, that means they're fake. And actually, you definitely do have to take gravity into account when you're shooting things over a long distance. You definitely have to do that. Ugh.
Jay Rovita is an ex-Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I don't mean to be rude, guys. He's a Marine. So, nobody's accounting for Coriolis. And then on top of that, you got all the scientific experiments that have been done.
The Coriolis effect is like hurricanes spinning in opposite directions in different hemispheres, so I'm not sure what he's referring to in terms of the Coriolis effect here.
And every scientific experiment to prove Earth's movement has failed. So you've got...
No, it hasn't.
You've got the Michelson-Morley experiment, Michelson-Gale, you've got the Sagnac experiment, and you've got the Aries failure, where stars don't have parallax. And then on top of all of that...
They do, though?
Preponderance of evidence... You're looking at a stationary North Star.
The parallax is just minimal because they're very, 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 very far away.
And constellations then.
And the North Star does change. There's sort of a wobble to the Earth as it sort of, like, moves. And actually, the North Star that we have today, which I believe is Polaris, isn't the same North Star we had thousands and thousands of years ago. And again, in another, like, 6,000 years or something, there's going to be a different North Star.
Never change.
It just happens over very long periods of time.
So how anyone can think in 2018, if they're honest with themselves, that Earth moves, or that all objects with mass are magically attracted to all other objects.
Again, it's not magic.
Or
just because you don't understand it doesn't mean no one understands it. And I'm not going to pretend I do either. I'm not a physicist, right? If someone actually pinned me down and was like, hey, Explain gravity to me. I can repeat what I've heard actual experts say, but if you ask me to get down and explain it like at a base level, I can't do it. But that's okay. I don't know how to do a lot of things. I don't know how to operate on a person either. That's what surgeons are for. I don't know how to treat illness. That's what other doctors are for. I don't know how to, you know, operate in court. That's what lawyers are for. Like, physicists deal with physics, Nathan. I don't understand why you think you've all of a sudden come up being a layman with no training, and I know you can't do trigonometry because you've been in debates before, and, like, you've been asked to do basic math in order to, like, show your proficiency with this stuff, and you're incapable of doing it. So why do you think you're able to make these, like, claims and have anyone take them seriously? Do you really think you're thinking of things that physicists who spend their entire lives studying physics, you think you've thought of something that they haven't? Wild. Flower Girl 13 with some bits. I have a capstone to finish, and this dude is making me dumber. The Shadow Witch says, I'm a physicist, and he's a fucking moron. I'm out. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. I'll be the first to admit gravity is quite the mindfuck to fully understand, especially when you learn about gravitational lensing, but even I could explain the existence of gravity.
Or that things fall at a increased speed because of gravity, it's all vain religious superstition. Gravity is a false god, and God is just another word for guide. So if you think gravity's hurling you 66,000 miles an hour around the sun, and gravity's keeping you contained to a spinning ball Earth, spinning faster than the speed of sound around the equator, you are disconnected from reality. Now, the definition of the word insane means inability to perceive reality. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but textbook definition of the word insane means everyone who thinks they're on a spinning ball, insane. Everyone who believes in gravity, insane. Everyone who believes in outer space and other planets and possibly aliens, insane, okay? What we have is a new world order coming to a city near you. They're just not public yet. United Nations,
God
united
is another word for
against
guide,
us,
so my GPS
united
is
against the
God.
people, united against civilians, united against the truth seekers, united against the Church of Jesus Christ. So, I got a king, and his name's Jesus. And if you don't know him, you should get to know him. Because he holds all things together. The Bible clearly states that, so...
Nathan just spent, like, a minute talking about how he thinks science is a religion and religion is bad, and then he immediately segued into promoting his religion. Which is fine if you're religious, I don't care, it's not my business. I just think it's funny that he went, science is a religion, religion bad. Now let me tell you about my religion.
That's scientifically how preposterous gravity is, but I love you guys. You guys are blowing up in the comments. But, yeah, so I broke it down, guys.
There's nothing funny
Centrifugal
about the
force
tools of
debunks
capitalism.
gravity. 9.8
No, it doesn't. Stone Corbell with 20 bits, the New World Order based on science that has been established for hundreds of years. I'm sure they'll get around to taking over everything one of these days. They're biding their time, like Pinky in the Brain.
meters per second debunks gravity. Terminal velocity debunks gravity. Earth's movement has never been proven. Debunks gravity.
There's nothing funny about
Mass
the
has never
tools
been
of
proven to
capitalism.
attract mass. Debunks gravity. I mean, why are adults in 2018
Chaotic
still
Kitten
talking
says
about
I'm already
this G
losing
word?
brain
It's so
cells and I
goofy.
just got
So,
here.
I just want to do a quick video on it.
It only gets
so that
worse
you
with
guys
Nathan.
can be better
There's nothing
equipped
funny
to
about the
explain
tools
to
of
these
capitalism.
people that bring up gravity how vain and how religious their beliefs are. There's not. It's backed by zero science.
Tucker White
so
says,
Luis
I'll pass,
Garcia, I love
Nathan.
you, bro.
Jesus
Good
is
to
an
see you,
interesting
man.
philosopher,
See you in
but his
Denver.
dad's a real prick.
You caught it at the tail end of the video. I'm about to cancel out and just have my night, but I just had to talk to you guys about gravity, and I'm going to keep working on my all the evidence that disproves gravity. I'm going to keep sharpening my sword, sharpening my axe. Thomas
There's nothing
Jefferson
funny
said
about
if
the
you
tools
had
of
4 hours
capitalism.
to chop down a cherry tree, he would spend 3 hours sharpening his axe and 1 hour chopping the tree. Now, what did he say by that? He said he would spend 3 hours working on himself, 3 hours working on his proof, 3 hours working on his experiments. before he ever went at Flat Earth, or went at Globe Earth, or went at the tree with
Andrew
the axe.
Batella with 20 bits.
So,
new plane order
guys,
versus new Minkowski
get your ducks
hyperspace
in a
order
row.
fight. I didn't get any of
One of
that.
the most important things you can do is memorize 1,000,000 proofs for flat water, okay? So when you talk about water being flat, don't just tell people water's flat. Mention the geographic range table from the U.S. Coast Guard.
That's actually funny, because this is earlier Nathan, but every time I've seen Nathan recently, he just tells people water's flat. He doesn't really go into it. He's just like, did you know water's flat? Water finds its level.
Mention lighthouses and how visibility of distant objects debunks globe Earth curvature.
Nathan, if the world was flat, why do lighthouses need to have the light at the top? Because if the Earth was a flat plane, they could just have it, at the surface. That'd be fine, but they don't. They put it up on a peak, and then they put the light at the top of the lighthouse, which is tall, so that it can be seen from further away because of the curvature of the Earth.
Mention how frozen lakes have no curvature. Mention the Peak Day Aries, the world record photo, for 275 miles away.
Which was taken from a very high mountain down at something lower than it.
Photographed an island. There's tons of sight distances proof. Catalina Island from Santa Monica, San Clemente Island, which is where I'm from, Orange County, the Statue of Liberty, the Chicago horizon. The horizon's always flat and rises to eye level. Boats don't disappear behind a curvature. Just zoom in on the boat. It's still there. So what I'm saying is, get all your proofs in a row. And once you got all your proofs in a row, then you can explain to people, hey, I don't just have one proof that water's level. I got 20 proofs. I got 15 proofs. I got 10 proofs. Whatever you can fit in here, get them in a row. So same thing with gravity. Centrifugal force, 9.8 meters per second, terminal velocity, stationary North Star, airplanes aren't accounting for gravity, or they actually admit in the FAA website that they don't account for a gravity vector. So, hi Patricia Steer, good to see you. I'll see you in Denver. And let me reiterate, guys, if you're not going to the conference, pencil it in your schedule. Make sure you're going to the conference. Everyone's going to be there. We're going to have amazing speakers. I've already seen the lineup. Robbie's doing a great job of continuously adding A-team flat earthers. We're going to rock the house. It's going to be way better than North Carolina. So I look forward to seeing you all there. And I love you guys. And be, nice to each other. Tell the truth. That's really all we can do. Keep it flat out there. I'm going to sign off. Much love. It's an honor being here. Peace.
Ah, Nathan. And that same man was later arrested for harassing children at a school. Fun fact. Okay, let's raid Squid. So thanks everyone. Have I done 9/11 conspiracy theories? No. Maybe eventually. That's just a heavy topic. It's like doing, Holocaust deniers. It's just, I don't know. I usually like this show to be pretty light, Occasionally we'll cover something that's a little more serious. But I try and keep it fun. And it's really hard to do fun. It'd be like doing, Sandy Hook truthers, air quote. It's tough. If I can find something interesting, but I don't even know if it's worth giving a platform to shitbags even to debunk them. I don't know. Hannah, thanks for the stream. My brain is melted. Hope you have a good evening. I hope you have a good evening too. Thank you. And Andrew Batella, how come the Everest isn't on everyone's horizon, right? You'd think so. Chesabel with 100 bits. Night, Hannah. Good night. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for something. I'm not sure what. But come check it out. It'll be fun. We'll either do Chud Watch or maybe we'll give a shot at doing some Tanky Watch. I've been wanting to do that. That'll be a good time. So yeah, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Baha, if you're still listening, I will call you in a minute. I just gotta go get my phone a little charged and plugged in. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.